Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good to see everybody in here. God bless and much love. All right. Hey, Soren, you are number one again. All right. God bless. Good to see you in here. Number one tonight. And love from Pukey. Okay, it's Spanky. Spanky. I'm sorry about that. Love from Spanky. Okay. I'm sorry. You are number two. You are number two. And Sue, you are number three in here tonight. I'm telling you, pay no attention to PG. Pay no attention to me. I've had a long day. I've had a long day, you guys. Right? I had to go out. I had to go out and shop till I dropped to 2 days. 2 days of shop till you drop. You got to get out there. You got to get all your Thanksgiving stuff before everybody else gets it, right? And I'm going to tell you, it was a madhouse. It's been a madhouse out there. Hey, Texas Blue, number 4. All right, there you go, girl. There you go. We got Soren number 1, Love number 2, Sue number 3, and Texas Blue number 4. Good to see everybody in here. Hey, Sherry, how you doing tonight, sweetie? Good to see you. Jopacana, how you doing? I'm going to try to get as many people till I get to the bottom. Hey, Australia, what's up, girlfriend? PG, much love to you. You know it. Good to see you in here. And let me see. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful, love. Absolutely. I'm just going to call you love. Right. And, oh, absolutely. I appreciate that, Australia. I appreciate it. Absolutely. Hit the thumbs up. Free way to support Summer's channel. Absolutely. Let me see who else. Hey, Boo. How you doing? APG mods in chat. Much love to you. Carrie, how you doing tonight, sweetie? Good to see you. Karen, good to see you. Let me see. I'm going down through here as fast as I can, y'all. I just go slow, a little slow, so that I don't miss nobody. Hey, Jean, how you doing? Sometimes people be like, "You miss me, PG." All right. My 3 girls. Amen. Hey, girl, how you doing? Whoa. 2-faced witches. Hey, PG. Hey, girl, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Patty Allen says hello. PG in the chat. Hello to you, sweetie. Berries and cream. I like that. I like that. That's beautiful. Good to see you too, sweetie. Good to see you in here. Much love. Starbucks, how you doing tonight? Pauline, good to see you. Let me see. There's Dee. There's Pat. Lisa. 24, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm trying to hit as many of you as I can down through here. Oh, I appreciate that, Carrie. I appreciate that. Hey, Dorothy, how you doing? there's Dollar. Hey, how you doing? How you doing tonight? God bless. Hey, Iva, how you doing, sweetie? Good to see you in here tonight. All right, Grieving Mama. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Prayers for Summer Moon Utah Wells to come home. Prayers for all of Summer's Army. Much love, PG Mods in chat. Prayers for justice for Summer Moon Utah Wells. Amen. Amen. Hey, girl, appreciate it. God bless. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? How you doing, Lisa? Coupon Mama. And PG's at the bottom. I'm at the bottom. Well, I guess somebody else just came in. The other Rockin' Robin. How you doing, sweetie? Keith is here. um, no, not home. Hey, Foster, how you doing, sweetie? Good to see you in here. God bless. Ah, Two-Faced Witches, I didn't forget you, hon. I didn't forget you. I said hey. I said hey to you. I said hey to you. Hey, Dorothy, how you doing? How you doing, sweetie? All right. Um, we're gonna have a guest. We're having a guest come up tonight. Possibly Mary. Mary said she's going to come in and come up on panel with me tonight and hang out with us. Um, a lot of people's interested in what's going on here in Van Hill Road. Um, some people's talking about the red truck, where it is, you know where it is. They found a top, a shirt, um, um, what was left of it, after 4.5 years, what was left of it. I'm wondering if it was like the top of a dress, what originally was a dress, you know, um, or if it was an actual top. I don't know. I don't know. Um, maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know. Maybe there's not enough left to understand. But when Mary comes up, um, she's got something very interesting. She was talking to me um, behind the scenes on Facebook. That's where I communicate with everybody, is Facebook. If you want to get a hold of PG, you want to talk to me, you know, um, you got any information, or you're just um, curious about or information, or you ain't quite understanding the information here. A lot of people, because this goes quick. Sometimes people at the end of all of it, they're kind of confused and, have a question they like to ask, or, be updated on something. You can always find me on Summer's Facebook. I run a Facebook for Summer and other missing children. Is under Sissy Bible. And you can find me there. You can, talk to me like I'm talking to you right now, or you can text me through, Facebook chat. But that's where you'll find PG. I don't do emails. I don't do emails, you guys. I don't mess with emails. It's a lot. It's a lot keeping up with Facebook and keeping up with, Summer's channel here, and then my job, and my kids and my home, and now my husband. It's a lot. And so I don't mess with emails other than through my work, and that's the only email. I ain't never been a big email person. um you know Email is, whoa. I mean, you got messages mixed in with a bunch of whole lot of stuff, right? Like your email, you got to you got to be cleaning your email out all the time, or it'll just build up to high heaven, and it gets to be a lot, you know, to find people's messages and everything. So I don't mess with it. I just, Facebook's a lot easier. Facebook is so much easier because, people can hit you up over there, and you see it right away. And I'm always checking the messages. I'm always checking, everything on Facebook. And it's just a lot easier for me. Yeah, email is. I'm going to tell you, it, I haven't, I haven't ever liked a email. I haven't ever liked it. Right? I have not ever liked it. Um, when first computer, um, that my family got, um, they had they had Facebook. Facebook was, I believe, just coming out, or maybe it'd been out. I don't know, but they had Farmsville. They had Farmsville on there. Do you guys remember Farmsville? Put a one in the chat if you remember Farmsville. Man, I love playing at Farmsville. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. You can connect with all your friends and a lot of other people, and your family, and they wanted you to send them stuff. You want them to send you stuff, and you know, like I said, I come from a poor family. We were like one of the last people ever to get a computer. It took forever and a day for us to get a computer. Um, my parents didn't ever see a computer. They didn't ever see one. Know nothing really about it. They wasn't tech savvy, and like other family members were, they already had computers, and knew everything about it, and had their nose snubbed up in the air, like they was so much better. Oh, you guys ain't got a computer? No, we're too fucking poor. Right? Poor people don't have those kind of things. You're so lucky you're rich. Right? But yeah. And when we got one, I made sure not to snub. I wasn't snubbing. I knew how hard um my parents worked, and I knew how hard, all the bills they had, and how hard it was to, to accommodate us with a computer. We only had one. Um, everybody had to use it. Everybody had to use it. Oh, Mary's here. And we just had one. But I'll tell you what, we learned to share. We learned to share. Hey, Lisa, I appreciate. Hey, Mary, how you doing, sweetheart?
Oh, good. I'm good. How are you, Sissy?
Doing good. You're beautiful, girl. You look beautiful.
Thank you. I
You
think I look like crap.
you are always so. Oh no, you got the most beautiful skin. You're always so rosy cheeked. You're always beautiful.
Well, thank you. How have you
Absolutely.
been?
Been doing good. Been doing good.
Awesome. Yeah.
How about yourself, girlfriend? How you been doing?
I've been doing okay. Last few days, I don't know. I think I might have a touch of the flu or something.
Coming down with a cold?
Yeah, I just haven't felt good. Um,
Seasonal allergies, probably seasonal and I hear that there's some kind of something going around where you get a bad cough. You get a bad cough,
mm,
and you don't feel good.
yeah,
Good thing about it is only lasts a few days and goes away. You get the runny nose, and like
mm,
some little throat pain, and then it kind of just goes away. Is that
yeah.
what you're having?
Well, a little bit, but I just kind of feel like queasy to my stomach. I don't feel good. I
Right.
feel exhausted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That lasts like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
You feel like you just want to sleep, like you're always wanting to sleep.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had that. I went through that, girl, and actually, I've had it like twice. I got it twice, and it lasts like 3 or 4 days. Thank God, it's nothing to really be concerned with. Just you just gotta take it easy. Make sure you drink a lot of orange juice, and just stay hydrated. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of roll with it. Just get the rest that it's trying to give you, and you be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. Just got to pull through.
yeah,
Wait for
yeah.
it to wear off.
Yeah, it's like your energy runs out real quick. You
Yeah.
know, Y-
Mhm.
you'll be driving down the road, and all of a sudden you just feel like you need to turn around, go home, and go to bed.
Yeah.
You just
Yep.
want to go to sleep. You just want to lay down somewhere. And it lasts about 3 or 4 days. And
Yeah.
um the nausea part of it lasts about one day.
Mhm.
You'll have that about one day, and you'll get past that, and then you'll kind of get back on your feet, but you'll still have the tiredness for a couple more days, and then it just seems like it evaporates and you're back to normal.
Yeah, I hope so. I actually went to the Instacare um yesterday.
They
Um
said it's viral, can't do nothing about it.
yeah, that too. Plus I've been having a lot of pain in my back and I've been having back problems since 2021.
Right.
And I had been put on SSDI for my back and my diabetes.
Oh,
Yeah, and that kicked in last December. Um, but so I keep second guessing my back, thinking
right.
that it's my kidneys. But
Oh
every
no.
time I go to the doctor, they're like, "You're fine, Mary. There's nothing wrong with your kidneys."
Right, right.
So
No, you probably what you probably did is you probably fractured a vertebrae. You probably got, either a bulging, what they call a bulging disc,
I
or
do. I
else.
have Yeah. See, I have three of them in my back, and There's the one main, one big one, and it's hitting up against a nerve.
Oh
So
yeah,
every time it hits up against that nerve, it
it's
shoots
lower.
pain.
It's
Yeah,
it's lower back. It's lower back. You right. The best thing you could do for that. I don't know if your car has the heated seat. You know,
I don't know if they do or not.
I'm gonna tell you, boy, you want to talk about getting rid of back pain. Just use that heated seat in your car. You
Mm-hmm.
push that, and let that heated seat, not for a long time, just for,
Yeah.
maybe 10, 15 minutes
Uh
at
huh.
the most. But I'm going to tell you, it does wonders for helping those damaged disc in your back.
Hmm. Yeah.
It gives you a lot of relief,
Right.
and so does Bengay, extra strength Bengay.
Yeah.
It will, girl, I'm gonna tell you what, you put it on tonight and you feel like brand new tomorrow.
Yeah.
Um, and I suggest Advil, not like um the liquid, Child's liquid Advil.
Uh
I'm
huh.
gonna tell you something, girl. You go to the store, if you can take Advil, go to the
Yeah.
store and buy you a bottle of children's Advil,
Hmm.
and just, I promise you, you just 1 teaspoon, just 1
Really.
teaspoon,
Uh
and I
huh.
promise you that you're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, I did not know that this stuff works so good."
Nice.
Um, it is, I don't
Hmm.
care how bad it is,
Uh
it
huh.
it it'll vanish, it'll be gone, and I mean, like, in 10, 15 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes, you'll be feeling just fine.
I'll have to go pick some up.
Oh yeah, try it. Try it. Get back with me and tell me what you think, because I'm gonna tell
Okay.
you that stuff is like, whoa, it's like magic. It's like magic, I promise. I
Nice.
make sure I keep it on hand. I keep
Yeah.
Advil on hand. It's
Yeah.
great for headaches, for back pain, for you know, a it's unbelievable. It is
Yeah.
unbelievable how quick it works.
Hmm.
And you
Hmm.
know, yeah. So, you know. Try that. Try that. I don't think I think you'll be like skippity doo dah day.
Right?
Right? For real. For real. But
Yeah,
I was waiting for you to come up. I wanted you to share
nice.
with everybody what you where'd she go? Where'd she go? She disappeared on me. Come back, Mary. And thank you all. Thank you for all you do. Summer is coming home soon. I'm praying every day. Hey, girl, I appreciate the prayers for Summer. God bless you. And I appreciate you supporting her channel. I really do. God bless you. Um, I don't know what happened to Mary. She just disappeared on me. Hold on. Device not here she is. I think she's coming back. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know what happened, girl. I don't
I
know what happened.
know. I
It,
was
it,
like, what's going on? I don't know. It's like when I either get like messages or a phone call or something.
it knocks you off.
It does. It
Yeah,
does.
your server ain't able to handle it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it like the Wi-Fi ain't in your area. Cause
Right.
you probably live out there in like mountains or something, right?
We live really close to mountains. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it sometimes it'll knock you out like that
Yeah.
when when the Wi-Fi ain't strong enough, in the area.
Yep.
And I hate it. Man, I hate it when you go through those areas where you're like holding your phone up in the air and holding it down and
Mhm.
you looking you looking like you're having a bad freaking day. Right?
Yeah. Mhm.
You're staring. I don't know why. I do not know why we stick our phone way up in the air and then we hold on to it. We look up at it and then we start going in a circle like we're chasing our tail.
Maybe that's
Right?
what we're trained to do.
It's like, well, give
Crazy.
me some Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
and and
Mhm.
my kids, man, I tell you what, they love the video.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah.
Right? So they can show you later how ignorant you was looking.
That's funny.
Oh, shoot. But yeah, Mary was talking with me earlier, and she was telling me about Dawn and her and Donald both. She said, that Donald was raised on a pig farm, right? And I said, no, I didn't know that. She's like, yeah. So if you want to go ahead and elaborate on that, Mary.
Yeah. Well, we both were raised on a farm. Um, and when my mom met his dad, I was only like 4 years old at the time. But both our farms, both our houses, our dads raised pigs. And I just remember so many times, even my house, but at Donnie's house too. We would go over there, and I don't know how many times his dad would say, "Stay away from the pig pen because
Hmm.
they will eat you. They will eat you alive, and there will be nothing left." So we both knew to stay the hell away from the pigs.
Right.
Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
um, so that
Um,
just got me kind of thinking. I was watching that thing on Don B. Now I don't know. I've been trying to keep up on stuff, but I don't know. Do they have people looking into a pig farm or a pig pen, or maybe that's where they might have threw her or put her? Or
they said the property they're checking
hmm.
actually is a pig farm. Them guys got pigs.
Right.
And I heard that most of the time pigs won't eat teeth. And if they do eat teeth, they
Hmm.
don't digest. Teeth don't digest, and the pig lets the teeth back out.
Oh, okay.
It's hard, they can't digest them
Right.
if they do
Right.
eat them.
Right.
And from my understandings, they are taking like tons of dirt And if they're taking tons of dirt, then they're either looking, in my opinion, if they're taking all that dirt, they're sifting it for, for something like that, for, some leftover scraps that's
Bones,
possibly
anything
like,
like
it's
that.
possibly, going
Maybe
to
urine.
send it off to, they're going to send it off to forensics and then have forensics, examine it and bring it back whether the DNA matches with Summer's brothers or not.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah. So, um, I'm sure they've already got her DNA in the data bank,
Yeah. Yeah.
from her brothers being took to the doctors, with the um with the foster parents and stuff. The foster parents always are instructed to take the children to the doctors,
Yeah.
um every, like they have to get yearly checkups. They have to take them to the dentist every
Yeah.
3 to 6 months. They have to make sure that they keep up on the doctor visits at least once a year visit. Well healthcare visits and all of
Right.
that. So,
Now, I do know, when they're born, and I'm sure you know too, where they prick their feet, their toe,
oh yes,
get their
absolutely.
breast. Yeah, right.
Mhm.
I believe that's right.
Um,
Few days, maybe a week after they're born.
yeah, they can. Yes, and that also would be in, at the hospital,
Yeah,
that she was, born at,
right.
was able to keep good records.
Yeah,
Then yeah, but sometimes them hospitals, man, they, when they go to switch everything over to when they went to start switching everything over to the computer system, you
right.
know, a lot of stuff got
Hmm.
messed up and lost and in transaction, and then a lot of the paper um files and everything, and they tossed out.
Yeah.
So it depends on how well the hospital kept up with its end of the bargain, and not losing anything in transaction when they changed over.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah, they said I to what I'm hearing is they did find something. They did find something. Um, so I'm thinking to myself, they're going to ride this one out. They're going to ride this one out and see where it goes. And I'm not giving up on Morrison Cemetery. I'm not going to give up on the
yeah,
black tote being down underneath there. You
yeah.
know, um, because I think that's the next call. I think that's possibly the next call, is will be Morrison Cemetery.
Hmm.
Um, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to tell
Hmm.
you. Um, and I find it really weird that Summer's footprints just happen to be found in areas where Jody Sue Brown was seen. Like, the one footprint was found out behind um old Mr. Goad's sister's property. It was found out there between her property and another old man's property. It was more on his property, more
Hmm.
on his more on his property line than hers. Hers and his, it was where their property line meets, but it
Hmm.
was more on his side than it was on her side, is where one of the footprints was found. Now, right before this footprint was found, Jody Sue, like right after Summer came up missing, within a couple of days
Hmm.
after Summer came up missing,
Yeah.
Jody Sue went over there to this woman's house, her and her daughter's home,
Hmm.
and was running around out back of this lady's home, hollering about clinking metal. They asked her, they said, "Excuse me, what are you doing all over our property?" because she was way out there. She was way out there where that footprint was found. And they said, "What are you doing on our property?"
Mhm.
And if you remember right, they said that there was an adult footprint where Summer's footprint was. Do you remember that? Put a one in the chat if you remember them saying there was an adult footprint.
Yeah, I
But
think I
they
remember
wasn't sure
that.
if it was searchers or if it was somebody, somebody with her that might
Yeah.
have been with her. They did say that. And, and Jody Sue was out there running all over that back property back there.
Mm.
Um, and people, like, hey, PG, PG comes up with some hellacious stuff, you know, but I'm going to tell you, yeah, PG thinks outside the box because I know how evil these human beings are. And I'm going to tell you something. Um, and they also told her they was calling law enforcement, and she bolted out of there, man, like a bat out of Hades, right? She bolted the hell out of there. She got gone quick. She got
Mm.
gone quick. And I'm going to tell you something. I would not doubt if she didn't have a foot in her pocket. I
Mm.
mean, that's my opinion. That's my
Yeah.
opinion. I would not doubt for 5 seconds that she didn't have a foot in her pocket. Because these people, these are some weird people. These are some really weird people. I mean, for them to carry around a human foot, um, wouldn't be nothing to them. It wouldn't, I mean, they're the type of evil that can do it, right? They're the type of evil that can do it.
Well, yeah, some people can. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just funny that where they find this footprint, that's where she was. This is the location she was in.
Hmm.
And when they confronted her and was calling law enforcement, she ran. She took off and in a damn hurry and got out of there. I mean, she must have had something she didn't want law enforcement finding on her,
Hmm.
right? She had to be afraid of something. But
Yeah.
they seem to be finding this one footprint in the location she happened to be. Now you heard Andy say that she told him that he had to take her down the road, down the road,
Mm.
to search for Summer. He had to take her down the road, and if you notice, down the road there was a footprint too. Put a one in the chat if there wasn't. Yes, they was. They found another footprint down the damn road, and Andy sat there and said Jody Sue was, telling him he had to take her down the road to be looking for something. So you tell me, because when she was on old Miss Goldener's property, she didn't have Summer with her. She didn't have
Yeah.
Summer with her. And I think that might have been her footprints
Mm.
that was found with Summer's footprints, to
Mm.
be honest with you. And
Yeah.
law enforcement should have checked into that.
Mm.
They should have checked to see if her shoes matched the footprints, the adult footprints that were found where that child's footprint was. They should have matched her shoes with it,
Mm.
her size and her shoes with it, to
Yeah.
see if indeed it could have been her. And they know they were called out to this particular place because of her. And they know they found the footprint out there where she was running around, you know, so they should have been sizing that up, right? That's my opinion. I'm going to keep it.
Yeah. I just hope they find something like.
No, they didn't find no feet print on Fred's property. No, Fred's
Yeah.
place didn't have a footprint. There was a
Yeah.
footprint found out back,
Uh-huh.
out back the property line of old Miss Goat and a
Uh-huh.
neighbor of hers.
Mm.
And there was there was a footprint found down the road on um another piece, just a big place where people parked like trailers and stuff. It was just a piece of idle piece of property.
Mm.
Really didn't have
Mm.
didn't have much on it.
Yeah.
They found the other footprint.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's
and
good.
supposedly, and I don't know,
Hmm.
but supposedly there was a footprint found up behind Jody Sue's place too.
Hmm.
Up there, you know, it could have been her checking on her own property to see if it would work, right? It could have been her seeing if it would indeed work. She might have used her own property first to see if, you know, she can make a footprint with it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know, but why would she do that though?
To, you know, to mess up the case, to lead law enforcement, you know, to lead law enforcement and to search dogs down the wrong damn road.
Oh, yeah,
You
because
know,
it,
that's very possible to, you know, to throw them off, to throw them off. You know, this is what evil people do. I
well,
mean,
I know she made a lot of videos right after Summer went missing.
oh yeah,
She made a lot of videos.
and she got a lot of people to sponsor her and
Mm,
moving off that hill. She got a lot of people, you know, to sponsor her, you know, and her daughter for a long, long time, sponsoring them for to give them food and to help them pay for stuff. And you know,
oh,
she's
really?
made that woman made you know, a shit ton of money off the back of this little girl who I truly believe she had all to do with, you know, what happened to her. I think she had her hands in it. I think her hands are just as dirty as the rest of them number one suspects, if you ask me. That's my opinion.
Yeah, there's a lot of people seems like in that are involved. Um,
Oh
Gosh,
yeah. You know, this is no isolated case.
yeah,
This is definitely not an isolated case where it's just Dawn, Candace, and Grandis. This
right.
is,
Yeah,
you know, this is like a mother freaking
yeah,
it's like a what would you call it? A community occult. Right?
yeah. I don't
That's,
know. Yeah, yeah.
that's more like what it
It's
seems
pretty
like to me.
crazy.
Like, you know, all these people, most of the people, you know, that I have um been affiliated with, able to, you know, get a hold of, talk to, and, you know, um, correspond with over
Yeah,
Summer's case. I find that number one, most of them, for the biggest part, most of them's liars.
yeah,
For the biggest part, and if they ain't, you know, if you find one that you can truly, you know, truly believe in, which I have. I found, you know, actually I found a few that you could truly believe in, but they're pretty old. They're pretty old people. Um, you know, these are like, you know, the old folks that don't want nothing to do with Fred Hill. That don't want nothing to do, you know, they know how sinister these people are, and they're like, you know, um, yeah, I really, you know, I don't want to be exposed. What we talk about is, you know,
yeah,
one on one. Do not mention my name. You know, stuff like that.
yeah,
And they're pretty, you know, they're honest and upfront and truthful with it. But if you talk to, you know, some of these other ones that you talk to, you know, it's like they all got the same game that they're wanting to play. They're all wanting to, you know, to lead you down dark alleys, different dark alleys, and kind of try to throw you, you know, throw you
yeah,
off the scent of where you're going with all of this.
yeah,
And they all like to play games. They all lie a mile a minute. Um, you know, it's just the same. It's the same mo on. You know which ones are in on it and which ones ain't, because all the number one suspects, every damn one of them's got the same mo. The same the same mind frame as Don and Candace Wells, the
yeah,
same mind frame as Fred and Andy and Jody Sue. They all seem to have one fucking mind,
yeah,
you know. And where the hell does that come from? Well, it
Yeah.
must come from them, must come from in the fucking woods where they're meeting up doing some really weird fucking shit.
Yeah.
That's where it's coming from. That's what you call a group of people being brainwashed. They
Mhm.
they they all seem to become one mind in it all.
Yeah.
And that's the way occults are. That's the way, the occult is. They don't think normal. These people don't think normal. They think
Yeah.
they're into all the devil's old tricks and all the devil's new ones.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember, Mary, when they would twist your words? You remember you'd say something and then some bitch would try to twist your words into what they wanted to say?
Yeah.
Remember that shit went on for a New York minute there
Yeah.
until people said, "Listen, don't be
Yeah.
putting words in my mouth. Don't put words in my mouth, bitch, and don't take my words and twist them to what you wanted to say because you understood exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Don't be fucking doing that. Don't be using the devil's old tricks on me because it ain't gonna work." Until people started standing up against it, God's children, the devil was trying to play that game with you. Them evil bastards. That was their game, to play.
Yeah.
And you knew the evil people because they were the ones playing it, and the good people, were sick of it being done.
Yeah.
So, it was separating the sheep from the goats. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing in one way, but
Yeah.
a problem in another.
Yeah.
And now, now the new trick is they think that they can say something and it's going to be truth. Like Ziggy last night, not last night, but the night before, Ziggy goes over on Benny Keys and Ernie's panel. Ernie's got a live up,
Mhm.
and Benny Keys is up there, and him and Ernie's, corresponding together. And here comes Ziggy over there, and she jumps up on the panel
Mhm.
and she tries to tell Benny Keys, she says your mom is on vacation and you're home alone doing illegal substances and all this stuff. And she thought that she was going to, you know, speak this shit into truth and make Benny look bad. Well,
Yeah.
Benny went right down the staircase and mother freaking, had his camera open and his
Uh-huh.
mom sitting in the background on the sofa.
Uh-huh.
So but for a split second there, Ziggy thought she was going to, um then absolutely manipulate everyone. She thought she's going to manipulate everyone
Right.
into believing, this damn lie that she
Mhm.
thought she just got away with speaking into some truth.
Right.
And eh, plant she's trying to plant the dirty seed in everyone's mind to make Benny look bad. And
Yeah.
Benny's like, hell no, that ain't gonna work because I'm gonna prove you're a fucking liar. And
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
And he shut her down. He shut the devil down, right? He shut her down.
Yeah.
And she didn't like that. She didn't
Yeah.
like that. But that's the new trick. That's the new trick now that, that the evil people are trying to play. They think they can speak their lies, and speak it into truth. Just because they
Mhm.
say it is going to
Right.
make it so.
Yeah.
And thank God, everybody's got cell phones with cameras and everything now because, you could do exactly what Benny did now, right? You could say,
Yeah.
no, bitch. Right
Right.
here's the proof, right? Here's the proof
Yeah.
that you're a piece of shit liar.
Right.
And it be done. And it be
Yeah.
done. So, but that's when and the devil's always coming. The devil's always coming up with new ways to try to make God's children miserable, right? The evil people, they work for Satan, and that's how they do.
Yeah.
And these people. It says you'll know them by their fruits, right? You'll know them by their fruit. Well, I'm telling you, Ziggy, you know her by her fruits. Fucking rotten fruits. Always trying to pass off. Always trying to pass off. On edible fucking um garbage, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what she does. And that's what Fred does, and that's what Don and Candace does, and that's what these people do. But
Yeah.
Don knows, like like Mary said, Don knows what pigs will do to a human.
Yeah.
And this person had a pig farm. Now, does Paul Hill know? Does he know that they came out there and did something like that? Does he know, that they came on his property to do something like this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Was there somebody else there that seen some stuff and decided to, come out and talk about it because, they want to save their soul before they leave this world? You know what I'm saying? A very good possibility, a very good possibility. But I hear that the tip did come from a human being. It came from a human,
Hmm.
um, reported it to law enforcement, and obviously they found something. Obviously, maybe this Paul Hill guy found something himself,
Yeah.
and said, this is a dirty thing for them to come on my property and
Yeah.
do, and I'm going to report it, and I hope they go to prison for it.
Yeah.
Um, he may have reported it himself, right? He may have reported it. Oh, wow. I appreciate that super chat. All right. Justice for Summer. Happy Thanksgiving, PG and all. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you. And I appreciate you supporting Summer's channel. God bless you.
Mhm.
God bless you, hon.
Nice.
Yeah. But anyway, I got some stuff here tonight. I got some stuff here tonight that I think y'all's gonna be very, very interested in.
Awesome.
Number one, right here. The TBI continues to investigate the disappearance of Summer Wells, who went missing from her Hawkins County home in June 2021. Despite excessive searches, the Amber Alert Summer is still active. On November 13th, investigators with the TBI followed up on a lead in the 3500 block of Van Hill Road, about 9.8 miles from Summers' family's home on Ben Hill Road. We went by there today. The neighbors tell me that they saw agents at 3537 Van Hill Road. According to Tennessee property records, the property is on the Hawkins County, Greene County line and is registered to Paul Hill, covering 27 acres and purchased in 1994. Right there. This is Paul Hill. This is Paul Hill. And as you can see, it looks to me like he farms. It looks, as Mary said, it looks like this man farms that land, right, Mary?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's a farmer.
He's got the horses and all.
Yep. Yep.
So, and I hear there's definitely hogs on this property. He definitely has pigs and hogs on this property.
And I mentioned that, Donnie, I think a few times during our conversations, I had asked him about hogs, wild hogs, up on their property. Because, and I was telling him, well, what hogs can do to a human.
Mm-hmm.
They can eat them up and leave no trace at all whatsoever.
Except
Oh,
except for the
yeah,
except for the teeth,
right,
except for what they can't digest.
right,
What they're
right.
not able to digest comes back out.
Yeah, yep, yep.
Yeah,
And I wouldn't doubt it if there would be bones, teeth fragments, bone fragments.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yep,
Or or maybe one of them little toys that she might have had tucked away at the time.
yeah,
You know, one of
yeah,
those little toys. The hog ain't going to eat that.
yeah, yep,
It wouldn't be able to digest it. So it can't eat that. And if it
yeah,
did, it's definitely coming back out.
right.
Um,
Yeah,
something. But
yeah.
I
And
hear
other
I
people,
hear that it was a a shirt, a top,
Yeah.
that they truly believed
Hmm.
belonged to Summer. I'm wondering if it was the top half of that one particular dress, the one particular dress that Marlena Crawford talked about that Summer loved so much that, and also Candace. Remember, Candace talked about that dress and how much Summer loved this one dress.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't see that dress in Candace's box. I did not see that dress in Candace's box that she said Summer loved so much. Now,
Yeah.
if Marlena remembers Summer loving it so much and Candace remembers Summer loving it so much, why wasn't it in that box along
Yeah.
with everything Summer had on that day, other than the gray shorts?
Yeah. Well, it was what
And
I was
you know,
wondering was what happened to the black pants she had on.
you know
Where'd
what?
those black pants go that she had on in that truck?
Exactly, they were gray. They were gray, and you know what? They might think it's a top, and it could be those gray pants, right? It could have been.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it could have possibly
Yeah,
been
I don't know.
the gray pants.
If you look at that, Sissy, go take a look at that picture where she's leaning up against the milk in the truck. She has a pair of black pants on.
Not going to go on YouTube.
Right here, right here. They said that those were dark gray. They look black. They look black, don't they?
Them look black to me.
Yeah, they look the
So,
color. They look the same
yeah,
color as the jacket right there.
yeah.
That's on,
So I
yeah,
was wondering what happened to them black pants because Candace never did say anything about, oh, well, after we got home, she got out, she went in the house and changed her clothes. There was nothing that was said about that, you know?
right, right. Um, 5595 in the chat. Paul Hill is a nice man. Just because he has many acres doesn't mean he has anything. And no one is saying he did. No one is saying that he did. Matter of fact, we're thinking that he might have been the one who reported it. We're thinking he may have been the one that found some teeth while he was farming, digging, or maybe he was the one that found, the remnants of clothing that supposedly was found.
Yeah,
Um, he might have been the one that reported it. Don't jump to conclusions,
yeah,
that we're out here, saying this man done anything.
yeah.
Absolutely not.
Well,
Do you know Paul Hill personally? Do you know him personally?
yeah,
You say that Paul Hill's a nice man. Um, Summer Thunder. Do you know him? Have you talked with him? Have you corresponded with him? Have you been at his home for coffee? Uh, I know he's a good man.
yeah,
A God fearing man.
yeah.
Um, you know, I just want to know if you personally know him. Have you personally talked to him? Interacted with him? Nah, I guess I ain't gonna get an answer for that. But no one is, saying that anybody other than these suspects done something wrong. I personally feel if Summer was taken upon that property and she was done like that, I personally feel like the owner of that property didn't have any idea that they came there and, did what they done. I have a feeling that, they might have knew he was out on a job, that there was nobody there to watch the property, or they went in. You know, I mean, this man has a ton of property, right? Acres and acres and acres. He can't watch all of that property all the time. I feel that they, somehow went in there without him knowing and did something dirty that, he's just now uncovering. That's my opinion.
Yeah, he could have been feeding them or anything and just noticed, remnants of that
Of the
shirt. And went, hey, has there been kids back here?
Right. Or
Did
he might
whatever's
have,
going on? Maybe I better call the cops. You never
right.
know.
Or
Yeah,
he might have, like I said, found some little teeth, or,
yeah,
or possibly, um, human bones.
yeah, yeah,
I understand that whatever he found is in their custody, and or whoever found it,
yeah.
whatever law enforcement got is in law enforcement's custody. I
Hmm.
understand that they went in there and took out a mother freaking massive amount of dirt that they took away from the very site that the findings was on,
Yeah,
and they're going to sift through it. They're looking for something,
yeah,
and and that's going to be that.
yeah, yeah. They'll find it. If there's anything there, they'll find it.
Oh yeah, Don Wells has no heart, and yes, I heard that he, you know, um, did that as well. I heard that he took that kitten that Summer loved,
Yep.
and mentally forever traumatized her,
Yeah.
right?
And then
Because
at the end,
yeah,
he ended up killing her
right, right.
on one of Benny's lives. You knew that, right?
On Benny's life, he did what?
He killed that kitten.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Yep.
that's what I heard. I heard that.
Yep. Yep. And then Benny deleted it after he was done, but I was watching. I was watching that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yep. So,
Hey, do you know how to do photo identification?
Did you
I've never heard of it.
Take
did
photos
you get the impression, Mary, that
or get it identified.
did you get the
Go ahead, Sissy.
did you get the impression? I got the impression that Dawn and Candace seemed to have some build up hate against Summer. Like even after she was missing. And they were showing aggression towards this child. Did you get the same sentiments as that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
yeah, I kept getting, this, strong hatred and dislike from them towards this little girl.
Yeah.
Like, almost as if they um
Didn't like her or something.
still was holding, all of this aggression for her.
Yeah. Yeah. They sure as hell didn't act like no parents that just lost a child,
Right,
especially
right.
a 5-year-old girl.
Exactly.
No
Exactly.
emotions. I've cried over Summer more times than I can imagine, and them not even show a tear.
Yeah.
Not even a tear. Like they didn't give a shit. Like they didn't care
No,
for her. They could care
you know,
less.
she cried over being interrogated to get out of it. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
she faked ass cried with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, you know, she faked ass cried about, people interrogating her and wanting to walk off and not, answer the questions.
Yeah.
She freaking faked ass cried over her girlfriend Jenna and Jenna not, being ride and die with her and being evil.
Yeah.
But she didn't ever once did you ever see her do that where Summer was
Yeah.
concerned.
Yep.
Um, you know, and some of the people behind the scenes, um, said, "Oh, I seen Candace cry over Summer." Um, no, I'm going to tell you what, Candace fake ass cries. She does not truly cry over anything. Absolutely nothing does
Yep.
she truly cry about.
Mhm.
Um, I, I think that her evil is beyond tears.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. But let's listen to what she says.
And I'm not gonna go on YouTube and tell the whole freaking story, what happened,
No, I don't.
and all that crap. The only
Mhm.
people that matter that I told the truth to was law enforcement, TV.
No, she fucking didn't. She didn't even cooperate with them. She
Mhm.
wasn't even cooperating with law enforcement. Ronnie Lawson came out and said they're not cooperating. They've lawyered up.
Yep.
And she wasn't cooperating because they wanted to know the damn timeline from not from in the morning until
Yeah.
3:30. They wanted to know, Candace, what happened from 3:30 to 6:30. Why did it take you 4.5 hours to call law enforcement? Why did it take you
Yeah.
4.5 hours to call us? And that puts
Mhm.
Summer back on the milk jugs. That puts her unalived on the milk jugs.
Yep.
That's what it does when law enforcement's speaking.
Yep.
So what took you 4.5 hours to call us? Well, Mr. Law Enforcement, Candace had to go. She had to go up on Ben Hill Road when she got back in the area and took the video. She had to go up onto Ben Hill Road, 110, and she had to get the boys to come out and get that food. She knew they'd be damn good and hungry since they don't ever feed them hardly.
Right.
So she knew that would get them out to the vehicle where they'd see their sister in there. And they just assume that their sister's going to get out of the vehicle and come in the house too.
Yeah.
And so I had them go in, and while they're raiding the groceries and trying to get themselves some food and all busy with what they're doing, I go in and walk around like me and Summer's in there. And then I go back out and over to my mother's and put my phone on Dawn's truck. And then I get in the vehicle and I go down to Fred's house. This is around 4:30, and I meet up with Chad Arnold and Fred and them, right? And then I follow Chad out of there. Maybe Fred and them was with in the vehicles as well. And we
Yeah.
go out of there. We go somewhere, and I come back about after 5:30, almost 5:45, and I walk to the door and I tell the boys, "Watch your sister." And they didn't ever come in the house. And then a few minutes later, I come in and I say, "Where's your sister? I told you guys to watch your sister. Where's your sister?"
Yeah.
And I get them all confused and scared. And they
Yeah.
said, "Well, probably down the basement, Mom." So I
Yeah.
go down there and I stand at the bottom of the stairs and I come back up and I say, "She's not down there. Where's your sister at?
Yeah.
I can't find your sister."
Yeah.
I didn't look in the bathroom. I didn't look in the rest of the house. Um, or anywhere, else. I just basically went down the basement because that's what they said, she probably is.
Yeah.
And I come back up and I gaslight them some more into believing that, they lost her and get them outside looking for her. And then I called Donnie and, because we already had all of this planned, right? We
Yeah.
had this planned out. That's why he started driving my vehicle,
Yeah.
and fired his coworker the day before so he could blame it on the coworker on June 15th, 2021, Mr. Officers. And, we went through a hell of a lot of trouble, to get all of this, to set all of this up and get it done. But, you know,
Mhm.
that's really the timeline. I was off with some other people in the community, getting rid of the evidence,
Yeah.
right? That went down at the swimming hole.
Yeah.
that went down. I'm sorry that you guys weren't able to, you know, really look at the picture and tell that she was, you know, unalived on those milk jugs, all propped up. Um, you're not as smart as I thought you would be, right? And I thank God for that, says Candace.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then we took, you know, then we took her and done away with her. And I had my neighbor across the street lie about hearing a scream, an animalistic one, and she was able to get her son to even say he heard it too
Yeah.
when they didn't hear shit. But me and Donnie was giving them, you know, money and when the gift cards and all the other money came in, we, you know, we was really giving them some stuff to keep their mouths shut and to do
Yeah.
dirty bidding for us. But if you want to know the truth, Mr. Officer, Jody Sue's husband Andy was the one coming over and supplying the stuff in order for, you know, Can to sedate the children, right? So they could be touched by weirdos, which led to Summer ending up on these milk jugs. It led to her ending up being really sick. We couldn't take her and get treatment because we'd end up in going to prison. So we had to save her, you know, we had to either save her or save our asses. And we decided to save our asses, Mr.
Yep.
Officer, right?
Yep. Yep.
That was the timeline. That was the timeline right
And
there.
Donnie's all about saving his ass.
Oh,
He
yeah.
don't
Donnie,
care. He
and
don't
so
care
is
who he has to throw under
and
the bus.
And so is
Yeah.
You know, Jody Sue and Andy was Jody Sue and Andy, they were both involved by association. Andy was selling Dawn and Candace the stuff to sedate those little girls so they could be touched. He had his hand in it over there. And that Fred Hill down the road had his hand in it because he said he came up there and Jody Sue's son's in the swimming pool with Summer, and he was pissed off that this boy was there because obviously it was his turn. It was his turn, and he was having to wait, and he didn't want to wait for his turn. He didn't like thinking somebody else was with what he wanted to be with before
Yeah.
he got with it, is what it sounds like to me. And that's
Yeah.
my opinion, and I'm going to keep it. I think it was a bunch of fucking sickos up there that were all into way underage children.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. Yep. And God only knows what went on with them boys.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm
just
gonna tell you, they told. They must have told because Candace told on Jinkies, another YouTuber, that Candace confided into her that her and Donald, they was getting ready to, she was afraid they were going to go to prison because they were about to, they was about to put the charges through. They had SA charges on Dawn and Candace, and both of them were scared they was going to go to prison because of it. And what happened was the state gave them a choice. Child Protection Services, the court system, the state said, you sign the children over to the state and you can avoid prosecution. We don't want to put these kids through the court system and make them relive the fucking horror and the terror that you bastards put them through. And that's what the state does.
Yeah. So
and
Donnie
that's why these, right. And that's why these sick bastards that do this to children get away with it. That's why they get away with it, because they're allowed to fucking sign the kids away to avoid prosecution, so their asses can stay free and out there to possibly hurt more children. How is that helping other children that might end up being, you know, that may fall victim to these bastards?
Yeah, it really upsets me that Jody Sue frickin' decides to come out after Summer is gone and say all this shit, and after her and her husband or boyfriend or whatever he was,
right?
You know, after they split up, oh, he was doing all this to the kids. He was selling Donnie and Candace all these drugs. Why come out now? Why didn't you come out 6 months ago, 6 years ago? Why didn't you come out with this? Because she was involved too.
Yes, because she was.
Yeah.
That money was getting her nails done. That money was getting her fucking hair fixed. That money was allowing her big ass to fly around, you know, in a newer vehicle with mother freaking plenty of gas and eat anywhere she wanted to eat and you know, sit on her big ass and do what she wanted to do. You know, she was enjoying all that money, and as long as it was profiting her, she
Yeah.
didn't, you know, she was turning a blind eye to everything. She didn't care, you know. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Did you hear the way she talked about them kids? You know, them little this and that, and you know, and even had the audacity to say if she had a child that had any type of birth defects or anything, she'd take a pillow and do the unmentionable to it. You know, who in the hell
Yeah.
says stuff like that? Who
Yeah,
says
who does
things like
that? Yeah.
I mean, that woman was wicked and evil. She said,
Yeah, that's
and them up
crazy.
here at the property, she said, you know, I don't give a F if they have children or not. You let one of those little urchins stick their one foot on my property and I'm going to own it.
Right.
You know how she's evil. And I don't know how anyone supported her. I mean, I don't, to be honest with you, I wouldn't support any of them fucking sick, evil bastards
Yeah.
that surrounded Summer's case.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they all had a hand in what was going on, and they all had a hand in keeping all of their asses out of prison. When this little girl, it came down to saving her or saving their asses. They decided to save their asses.
Yeah.
That's what this group of people did. And they've been playing their games out here, and they've been the only ones fucking up Summer's investigation is them son of bitches. All of them fuckers that know exactly what happened and are too weak and too cowardly to fucking say it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And I
It's
tell you,
crazy.
I bet there's a special place in hell for them fuckers too. You know that, Mary?
I hope so. Because that's where they need to be, you know. And I just hope they find her. I just, you know, I just hope they find her.
I do too. I do too. I pray all the time. I don't even leave out of here one night. I don't even leave out of here one
Right.
night without asking for prayers for Summer. I pray for her every single day. I pray. And every single time I'm in here, I pray and I ask everyone else to please bow their heads, fold their hands, and pray for her as well before they go to bed because I know God's listening.
Yeah.
And, you know, all we want is this little girl to be found, brought home, laid to rest properly, though, you know, laid to rest like the little princess she was.
Yeah.
And her brothers to get closure.
Yeah.
From being gaslit to believing they had something to do with it when they were innocent as the day was long.
Yeah.
They were victims to them evil bastards too. And thank God they're no longer victims to Don and Candace and that sick community.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
they need to thank their sister. They need to thank their little sister because she paid the price for their freedom.
Yep.
But they still need closure. They still need closure to live a normal life in the future. And we need closure too. Because you know what? We're invested 4.5 years here. And we love this little girl. And we want her to be found. We want justice served on her behalf.
Yes, I pray for that every day.
Amen.
But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna let you go. I need to let my dogs out. And
all right, girl. Hey, I appreciate you coming up. I appreciate you hanging out. And I appreciate you sharing what you know about Don and Candace, sharing, you know, the tragedies and the hell that they, you know, haven't only put those children in, but they put you and your sisters through it too. You know, in the past. And Candace sits there and Oh, I don't believe about the sisters. Why are they just now bringing it out? And people said Donnie admitted it. Donnie admitted it, and she's like, "Well, not in a grown-up way. He admitted it in a like a childish way." What the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean when he's 60 years old? Really?
Exactly. Right.
Okay.
Right. What a
Yeah.
sicko. And you know, Mary, you know what Jody Sue was saying is truth when she said sedating those kids to be done like that. You know it's
Yep.
true because he was up in Utah trying to sell his kids. He was in Arkansas running some weird shit like that. And he took it right on down to Tennessee.
Yep.
He is an evil, weird,
Mm-hmm.
twisted, fucking minded human being.
Yep. But he's always been weird, Sissy. He's been weird. I mean, when we were teenagers, and it was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. He was really, really weird. He was always withdrawn. Um, Anytime, say at nighttime or something on the weekend, we'd go out and sit in the car and smoke a joint.
Right.
We would sit there and talk with each other and, be talkable and everything. And as soon as Donnie would get high or something, he would
Right.
turn he would turn into a complete different person. He would just sit there. He wouldn't talk, he wouldn't say nothing. He would be off in his own world. And it was just really weird. It's like, what's wrong, Donnie? What?
Right.
And he would just sit there and stare off into space. I don't know. It was
Wow.
weird. It was really weird. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He had some real mental issues
He
even
had,
back then.
yeah.
Do you think a lot of his problem extend from his daddy always protecting his ass, his mom always protecting his ass, not holding him accountable for a damn bit of the evil shit he did, and he just thought that that gave him a free pass, to just keep going down that freeway with it.
Oh, yeah. Anytime he would get in trouble from the time he was, I'd say 12 years old until, well, he got in trouble before then too, but from about 12 years old on up to, when he lived with my dad until he was completely out, probably 20, 25 years old or so. My dad was always there. He was always bailing him
Right.
out of jail, because Donnie knew if he done anything wrong, my dad would bail him out. He knew he would bail
Exactly.
him out. Yeah.
And that, and Candace says, "Oh, if he did that stuff, he would be in jail." No, he wasn't in jail because his daddy insisted that everything be dropped on little Donnie, or else people weren't going to have a place to live and a way to make it in life.
Yeah, my dad hired the best damn lawyer in the state. I mean, this guy was literally the best lawyer in the state of Utah. And
Wow.
his name was Larry A. Carmichael, and he was a damn good lawyer. And my dad spent thousands and thousands of dollars on him getting Donnie off every time. But then now,
Oh,
when Donnie took off and went to Texas and went to Florida and took off, and he even robbed his sister's husband. He stole his sister Sonia's husband's truck, took off to New Mexico with it. Um, you know, and he
oh,
got in
do
trouble
tell.
down there, but my dad even was trying to fight for him when he was in Texas and Florida and New Mexico.
Probably
You know,
telling the sister to tell her husband to say he borrowed the vehicle and not
yeah,
took it. And,
yeah,
and
yep,
yeah,
yep, yep,
Daddy was always protecting that ass. And I'm
yep,
gonna tell you, he did wrong. And I think at the end he seen it.
yep,
I
yeah,
think when Summer came up missing, and I think his dad really got a wake up call on how he should have let
Yeah.
Don be held responsible for all of his sins in the past, and maybe this wouldn't have happened to the baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I know his dad was very concerned with this little girl's disappearance.
Yeah, he was, and I don't know if you remember me. I don't know if I told you or not. So it was right after Summer went missing, probably about 2 months or so. I had went to my mom's house and I walked in and I remember my mom coming out into the hall and she was telling me to be quiet because Dad was on the phone with Donnie. Well, my dad had it on speaker. So I walked into the bedroom and I'm just standing there listening to my dad talk to Donnie. And all of a sudden, Donnie starts, they were talking about Summer and her disappearance and everything. And Donnie was talking about being on all these YouTube channels and how their mailbox was filling up with all these Visa cards and debit cards and gifts
Mhm.
and all this, letters and gifts and just money pouring in. And Donnie, I mean, he was actually laughing about it. He's
Yeah,
like, man, we got so much money right now, you wouldn't believe it, Dad, and all this shit. And my dad was like, why are you laughing? This is not a laughing matter. Your daughter is missing, and you're laughing about making money off all these people who are
right.
sending him money. Yeah, Donnie was laughing up a storm, boy. He just couldn't believe all these people sending him all this money and all
Yeah,
these gifts. Yeah,
yeah.
yep,
And
yep.
and you know what, Mary? He plainly told me that he wanted to shut everything down, but didn't, didn't because of that money. Didn't
Yeah,
because he said he tried to blame it on Candace. He tried to
yeah,
blame it on Candace. Candace getting all this money and all this stuff, and she kept pushing him to,
yeah,
be out here in the YouTube world and to do, pushing him on to do what he was doing, in order to keep it all coming in.
yeah.
And, he's trying to put it all back on her.
Hmm.
But yeah, he said that was the whole purpose, is, that money was the motivator for them
Yeah,
not to go hide their fucking heads like ostriches in the sand.
yeah,
And, and from all of what, um evil that they had done to that child, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah,
But he admitted it. He admitted it, that he, that they were money driven.
hmm,
um is the only reason
yeah,
that they was continuing to correspond out here,
yeah,
was what they could get from the people.
yeah,
And
yeah,
they got a missing daughter, and they wasn't putting one damn penny, Mary, towards flyers or towards billboards or towards reward fund or
nope,
anything. They wasn't
nope,
putting one damn dollar
nope.
towards their child and their child being found. And doesn't that show nothing but pure fucking guilt on their behalf?
Yeah, that's pure evil. Yeah, yeah. I just, I can't wait for karma to set in. I just can't wait for it to take over, and I'm just gonna sit back and watch.
I'm going to tell you something. Any any parent that truly had a missing child
Yeah,
and had money pouring into a mailbox like that,
yeah,
they would, you know what,
yeah,
through their grievances and the hurt and the pain, they would have been allocating that money into the reward fund. They'd have been allocating that money into, they would have said, you know what, this money is
yeah,
going into a reward fund, first of
yeah,
all, and
yeah,
billboards, and it's going to be going into flyers, and it's going to be going into big, great big tables of water and soda pops, and grills going, food and grills going to pay, to
yeah,
to pay these people back for all of their kindness that they're out here
yeah,
doing, looking for that child. Do you know what I'm saying? All
yeah,
of them searchers and everything, most people would have had tables set up with tons of water and soft drinks and ice, and had food going, sandwiches, something going, so these
Yeah.
people could keep their energy up. They could come out of those woods and they could actually, I would have had fans. I would have had fans, freaking extension cords running in every direction with fans and chairs so these people could sit down and rest and cool off. And let's try it again. Let's try it again because you want your child, man.
Yeah.
If, fuck the money. Fuck the money. You
Yeah.
want your baby.
Yeah.
You cannot put some things you just
Yeah.
can't put a price on.
Yeah. And all they did was hinder the investigation. They didn't want an investigation. I think that's why he totally did a 360 on Chris McDonough, because I think Chris was getting a little too close to finding out what happened, and Donnie didn't want him finding out what happened. So I think Donnie put the kibosh on that. Well, of course he did.
Right.
And it seems like anybody who has been working on the case or trying to get close to anything, Donnie just constantly puts up a barrier like, oh no, can't do that. They're getting too close.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
sorry, but somebody who's missing a child, who thinks they've been abducted, like he's been saying this whole time, does not act like that. you know,
No, they
I mean,
don't.
if your kid's been abducted, you're going to want to try and find her. You're not going to try and hinder the investigation like they've been. And
Exactly.
now I understand they're nowhere around for TBI to question or anything. I hear that they're in
They're
hiding or
hiding.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, they're hiding. They're hiding. They're hiding those asses. They don't want to talk to the news. They
yeah,
they they don't want to talk to anybody. They don't want to talk to anybody.
yeah,
Right there. Right there's the proof. They do not, any way, form, or how do they want to talk about anything. This is the
yeah.
area, Mary, that they're searching right now. Right here's
Okay.
the area that they're supposed to have found something that belonged to little Summer. This is the uncle's home. This is his tree cutting. He owns a tree cutting business. I'm
Uh-huh.
pretty sure the city was cutting the trees that day, and I don't know if he had the city contract or not.
Uh-huh.
Um, it wouldn't be hard to get a hold of him. I'm thinking of giving him a call and asking him a few questions.
Yeah.
About all of this.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to end up doing that, but I, you know, I bet that poor man right here. I bet that poor man right here is like, he's just trying to do what's right in the sight of
Yeah.
God. And
Yeah.
and I think this man knows somebody came up there and done some shady shit upon his land.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I bet he ain't taking it kindly. I bet he's not taking it kindly. Where is Sonia? Someone asked.
As far as I know, I talked to my older sister. She said that they sold their house in South Ogden and moved to Wyoming. I'm not sure
Oh,
what part
okay.
of Wyoming, but apparently her husband had to move up there to take over his dad's business or something
Was
like that.
Don and Sonia in love? That's his sister.
That's his sister. I don't know. I don't think so, but God, you never know.
Yeah. Well, you guys
Yeah,
didn't get raised with the girls, right?
yeah, yeah.
You didn't get raised with his sisters that much. You mainly Donald,
No,
right?
no, no. We didn't. I didn't meet Donnie until I was like 4 years old. And then him and my mom got together when I was 12 years old. They moved in together with each other and got together and lived together until like 1978 or so. They lived together for a couple of years and then got married.
Right.
His husband and my mom. But yeah, I met Donnie when I was like 4 years old, and we're exactly like 1 month apart. I was born in October, and he was born in November of
Why do
'64.
you think Sonia sticks up for Don so much? Do you
Well, I
think she's
think,
as evil? Do you think she's as evil as Donald?
well, in certain ways, yeah, I do. She's got some evil points about her. I think maybe everybody does, but you
Because the
know, she-
person that was staying in the house with your mother actually seen Sonia putting something in your parents' food and
yes,
feeding it to him, right?
yeah, and my mom was complaining that it tasted terrible. And apparently Sonia told her, she's a niece of mine that was helping take care of my mom and dad. She was asking Sonia, what are you putting? Because apparently Sonia would come over like once a week with a bag full of medicine or something, bag full of pills and needles and syringes and all kinds of shit. And
What?
so the niece was asking Sonia about it apparently one day because she's like, well, I need to know what you're putting in grandma's food. So, I mean, are they pills or what? So I can give them to her when you're not here.
Right.
And apparently Sonya got pissed off at her and told her to mind her own fucking business and kicked her out of the bedroom or some shit. So
Whoa.
I was just like, what? What the hell is going on? So I don't know. I think she might have been drugging my mom, trying to kill my mom off before my dad died so she could have the house and control the house situation. I don't know.
And
That's just my speculation as to what she was doing because she's a nurse up at McCady Hospital. She had the opportunity to probably get a hold of any drugs she wanted. You know what I mean?
exactly. Yes. Yes.
So, you never know what she was putting in my mom's food. I don't know. I don't know.
Exactly.
I just
And
know that when she was coming and every time she would come and feed my mom and put shit in her food, from what I understand, my mom would kind of go almost comatose, for days at a time. She would be so fucking out of it, she couldn't even get out of bed. She was so out of it. I
oh my
mean,
God.
and now, now that my older sister's moved into the house, my dad's gone. Sonia has no control. Sonia don't go over there anymore. She don't come around anymore. My mom's like 50 years younger. I mean, literally. I mean, she just had a birthday. I think she turned 82, 81, 82. Um, but she's she's up and around. She's alert. You know what I mean? She's talking.
Right.
She knows everything around her. She's not all comatose and in bed and acting like she can't even lift her head up because she's so groggy and out of it. You know, every time
Wow.
Sonia would go over there. Why? You know, she had to have been giving her something. I don't know what, but she was giving her something.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It sounds like it. It definitely sounds like it, girl.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah,
And you know what? I think you're absolutely right. I think that, they thought that was a way to possibly, make it look like natural causes
yeah.
and yeah, and be able to, to take over everything because I remember you saying that she was skimming a lot of money. She was,
Oh yeah, there was like 40, from what I understand, there was about $45,000 in my dad's savings account when Sonia took over. Well, by the time she handed over all the papers and everything to my brother, apparently the night my dad died, she handed over everything to my brother. There was $11,000 left in the savings account. Where'd all that money go? Hmm?
absolutely,
Huh,
absolutely,
Sonia?
yeah,
Huh?
right.
You're watching this, Sonia. Where'd all dad's money go? Hmm? Probably all on them damn trips you took to Europe and wherever else you went, you know?
Right?
So,
Wow. Wow.
yeah.
So she loves to vacation. She loves to live high
Oh,
and
yeah.
mighty.
Oh, yeah. Yep. She loves living the high life. And,
Wow.
okay, fine. But you know what? If she hasn't gotten caught, she will be, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you, karma has a way of coming back.
Yep. Yep.
But trust and believe. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
the Bible says, you know, if you live by it, you're gonna die by it.
Yeah.
So, you know, be careful what you live by. Right?
Yeah.
Be
Yep.
very careful what you live by.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah. So, I can only speculate as to what happened, and his sister, yeah.
But it
Yeah.
fits. But it fits.
Yep.
And if it fits, you know,
Yep.
if the shoe fits, then um somebody's wearing it. Right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
So and it sounds like it was just Sonia's size.
Mhm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't doubt it if her and Donnie talked about it and probably tried to make a plan to get rid of my mom. I wouldn't doubt it one bit.
Oh,
You
hell
know.
no. I wouldn't doubt that either. I wouldn't doubt that. Oh, I'm gonna tell you, if you could do what, in my opinion, they did to this 5-year-old little girl and all of them other children, what more could they do to somebody else? What more could they
Yeah.
do?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you hurt a child, you'd hurt anyone.
Yep.
You know, that's truly, you know, my opinion is if you could hurt a child, you could hurt anyone. Um,
Yeah.
I was just I was just reading about a teacher. There's this teacher, and I don't know if you heard about it or not, but there's this teacher. I guess, you know, she made really good money, private school, and she
Mhm.
was just abusing her own child, something fierce, you know, and thank God somebody intervened and now she's looks like she's going to, you know, have to suffer through the charges and go to prison away, you know, where she belongs.
Yeah.
But you know, and the child, finally the child is in, you know, hopefully, you know, God's watching over it and it's in better hands than hers for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, it's just hard to believe, you know, how evil the humans are on this earth. And I'm telling you, Mary, they're everywhere. They're in
There.
hospitals, they're in schools, they're in, you know, they're in church, they're everywhere.
Yeah. Yep.
You
Yeah.
can't get away from it. You just,
Yeah.
you
You
know,
can't. Yep. You can't. And it's a shame. I just hope they find her and they bring justice. And I hope whoever's responsible gets what's coming to them.
oh, I'm gonna tell you, it sure right now it's looking like whatever they have. I'm gonna tell you, the reason I believe that they got something really good is
Mm-hmm.
because you got certain ones flying, you know, like bees all over the place,
Yeah.
like Jody Sue and Andy right now, and definitely Fred Hill, and
Yeah.
you know, and then you got others, Don and Candace, hiding that ass.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you what I heard recently.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the woman that Candace was staying with, and she came up unalived?
I heard she was living with somebody, but I didn't hear
Yeah,
about.
she was living with this woman named Dee Dee
Uh-huh.
and her husband Fred.
Okay.
And she'd been staying there for quite a long time.
Uh-huh.
And get this Dee Dee lady told some of the YouTubers she was really close friends with a lot of the YouTubers on Day Day's channel.
Uh-huh.
With Jinkies and Day Day and all of in that group over there.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, she told one of the YouTubers over there that uh Candace had been being mean to her. Had been, you know, she couldn't understand it. Candace had been being ugly. This is a couple weeks before she became unalived. She was saying that Candace was getting, you know, was getting ugly and really, you know, she was hoping to get rid of Candace because Candace was, you know, becoming something she didn't, you know, didn't she's starting to see the real Candace, the true Candace. So anyway, what happened is Candace was staying with them, and this woman calls her husband. She says, "I need to go to a hospital, and and he's coming to pick her up. He's going to take her to the hospital." And she said, "I'm going to get ready to go to the hospital. Come get me." And she wasn't feeling well. Well, he's supposed to have been on his way to pick her up, and the next thing you know, Candace tells the YouTubers that she was there, and that that Dee Dee went down, and she didn't do anything, that she didn't do CPR, she didn't call 911, she did nothing. She said she sat there and held this woman's hand and just let her pass away.
Oh,
Just let her,
really?
yeah, just let her die. Just
Oh,
let her
wow.
die, Mary.
Wow.
And and then she went, once she said, once the lady was passed away, she
Uh-huh.
said she said, "I nudged her. I nudged her a couple of times to make sure she's deceased. And then I went sit on the sofa and waited for her husband, Fred, to come home.
Oh, my
And
God.
then when Fred came home,
Uh-huh.
they still didn't call law enforcement for a couple hours, I hear.
Oh, wow.
And then, yeah, get that. I mean, don't you call law enforcement AS fucking P if somebody's in the house, and that
Uh,
could possibly be, possibly could be revived. You don't wait
yeah.
a couple more fucking hours to call law enforcement. But I guess they did.
Wow.
And yeah, and get this, and that ain't the half of it. Then like the very next day,
Uh-huh.
she, she goes out in the yard. She puts all this lady's stuff out in the yard sale. She starts calling people she knows, like Day Day. She starts
Uh-huh.
calling these people and selling them this lady's pocketbook, selling all this lady's jewelry, selling all this lady's stuff
Oh,
to
wow.
to whoever will buy it.
Uh-huh.
She's driving this woman's car. She's living with this woman's husband for like 2 or 3 weeks, almost a month. She's living
Right.
with this woman's husband, and for the first couple weeks, she didn't even let anyone know that this woman had even died.
Oh, wow.
And get this, the husband was living in this woman's home that she inherited from her mother.
Uh-huh.
She They went over and cleaned out another home in Tennessee that belonged to the woman's dad
Uh-huh.
that she inherited. And she was an only child. She inherited, the um the house in Tennessee. She inherited the house in, over in Georgia. She inherited all of this stuff. She was the breadwinner, making all the money coming in. Uh,
Oh,
and and she ends up unalived, and they're selling all of her stuff, and this woman ain't even cold, man. She
oh my
isn't even
gosh.
cold, Mary. And they're
Yeah.
selling their stuff. And you know what the autopsy said? The autopsy said that they can't find any reason that this healthy woman would have passed away.
Right.
They cannot find no damn reason why
Wow.
she's deceased.
Wow. And
Sounds
this
to
was
me it
just,
sounds to me like it sounds to me like a Sonya
yeah.
was in there, don't it?
Yeah. And this was just how long ago?
It was like, maybe it's been like maybe a month and a half now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God.
And get this, she was
Wow.
seen inside of an old man's house before that.
God.
She was seen inside of this old man's house,
That is
inside of some
crazy.
log cabin with an old man,
Uh-huh.
supposedly, in a chair with covers all over him,
Oh wow.
and a TV up like super loud. Do you remember how they said that Don and Candace tortured his mom with all that loud noise, the
Yeah.
loud music, the
Yeah.
loud TVs, all
Yeah.
that loudness?
Yeah.
Well, this person witnessed the TV being like that, real loud,
Right.
and Candace was laughing. She was laughing.
Wow.
She's like, "Oh, well, he's hard hearing. I think that he was so old and he couldn't get out of the chair." She turned that shit up like that just to
Uh-huh.
just to be evil to him.
Yeah.
And, you know, because that's what her and Don does, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
And anyway, nobody knows where this place was, who the old man was, and if
Uh-huh.
he's okay or not.
Wow.
And that's right before this happened to Dee Dee.
Uh-huh.
They don't even know what the fuck Candace was doing in this man's house.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That is crazy. Yeah. And if you ask me, I really do think that yeah, I think his mom was on her deathbed, but I think he pushed her over the hill and made it happen. You know,
right.
I think she died before she should have. And also, Candace's sister. I think they had a hand in her disappearance too,
Yeah,
because I was talking to Donnie one day, and I was curious about her sister,
right.
and I had asked Donnie. The only thing I asked him, I said, "So did you know her sister, Rose?" And he goes, the first thing's out of his mouth. He goes, "We weren't even in that goddamn state when she went fucking missing." And
Oh, you're kidding.
I was like, "What?" Yeah, I've got that on tape. I got that on video recording.
Oh
And
my gosh.
yeah, I was like, "What? What?" I said, "Donnie, I didn't ask you if you had anything to do with her disappearance. I asked you if you knew her." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, well, I mean, I met her like once, but I really didn't even know her." But I mean,
Wow.
who says that when you ask them, "Well, did you know her?" Who
Wow.
says that? Yeah.
You know, there was a missing girl remember when they were over in Arkansas there for a while hiding?
Yes.
And there
Yeah.
was a woman there with 3 children, 3
Mhm.
babies,
Mhm.
and Candace and Don had been befriending them.
Yeah.
And
Right.
actually a lot of
Mhm.
people think they was letting them stay in their
Mhm.
room,
Right.
and homeless, a homeless mother and her 3 kids.
Yes, I heard about that.
Anyway, um, Candace had gotten with this girl who was in on the trafficking over in Arkansas when Don and Pam was together.
Oh.
It's one of the girls that Don and Candace met at the soup, or not, Don and Pam had met at the soup kitchen, and
Mhm.
Candace had known this girl as well. They all knew each other.
Uh huh.
Um, and Pam had took this girl in because she
Mhm.
had a baby. That's why they took Candace in. Candace, when they took her in, she was pregnant. And when she had the baby, hospital took it because it was, addicted to illegal substances, and
Right.
they wouldn't let her have it, according
Mhm.
to this Lisa girl
Right.
that was there, and she had a baby too.
Uh huh.
And she said that they came in and they took her baby and a bunch of other children out of there. Law enforcement and children's services came in, took her kid and a bunch of others out because they were being SA'd. The children were being SA'd. And this Lisa girl was in with Pam and Don and Candace and all of them at this other
Uh huh.
property in Arkansas where they were running this trafficking thing
Mhm.
with children. And anyway, she had met back up with Don and Candace when they went back into Arkansas for that short time. And there's this girl at the hotel,
Uh
and
huh.
this Lisa girl was the one that called up a couple of people. She called up a couple of people. She first called up this other YouTube lady I know and asked her to call law
Mhm.
enforcement into Candace's hotel. And she said, "I ain't going
Uh
to
huh.
do it." So they called
Right.
somebody else and got this girl to do it. This girl's like, "Oh, okay, I'll do it." And
Uh huh.
she calls the law enforcement to that hotel
Uh huh.
because, and my opinion, this is my opinion, because
Yeah.
Candace just happened to be outside that night, sitting on
Right.
the staircase, waiting,
Uh-huh.
waiting, and she already had the girl upstairs hiding. She had a girl upstairs of the hotel hiding around the corner.
Mhm.
The girl is
Mhm.
coming back down. As soon as law enforcement left, the girl's coming back down the staircase, you know? And
Right.
you could tell, and Candace is like, "Oh, it's all right. You can come on down," letting her know it's
Mhm.
okay. They're gone now.
Yeah.
But they wanted police to check, the room to see if there was any kids, so they wouldn't be any kids, and they
Right.
could use that when the girl comes up missing. In the
Uh-huh.
meantime, this Lisa girl is contacting a registered SAer and talking with him, and
Uh-huh.
then they all meet up at a soup kitchen, and I think they took the girl with them and her kids. Like they went out, we know a soup place
Uh-huh.
where you get free food. And I think
Right.
that this predator was there too, and possibly took the girl and her that they came up missing. This girl and her 3 children came up missing from that hotel, and
Really.
none of us could find her. I was looking for her, I was making phone calls. Justin, another creator,
Right.
he was making phone calls, he was inquiring on this girl. None of us could find her. She just disappeared and vanished after that.
Wow.
Yeah, and I
Wow.
think they had all to do with that shit too.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think that was all planned. I'm telling you, them motherfuckers are evil
Yeah.
and they're and dirty as hell.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep. So I don't know. Uh, Donnie and Candace might be serial killers for all we know. I mean,
I don't know.
yeah.
I think they're into trafficking myself. That's my opinion. And
Right.
and
Yeah.
children
Yeah.
and children.
Mhm.
Children.
Yeah.
This woman had 3 children that they was befriending. They befriend people. They
Wow.
befriend people with children. And
Mhm.
I think it's, why would you befriend people with children?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're a sick son of a bitch
Yeah.
looking to do something with those kids,
Yeah. And it makes me wonder what happened with Ziggy and her daughter.
right?
I heard that Ziggy went up there a couple of times and stayed up there with them. You know.
Yeah,
So what did Donnie do to her daughter? Does she even freaking care? Probably not. You know.
right, right. You know what? I don't. I have to agree with you there, Mary, because I tell you what, this Fred guy, one
Yeah.
of the number one suspects, on Ben Hill Road that she
Mhm.
married,
Mhm.
uh, he was telling me that they stay up all night watching the kitchen to make sure her daughter doesn't go in the kitchen and get nothing to eat.
Oh my God. What the hell?
Yeah,
What the hell is that all about?
I don't know. I don't know. He said she would go in there. She would go in there and get food if they don't watch her.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, let
that's
her
what he
go in
said.
there and get food. She's a growing little girl, right?
I mean,
Why would you do that? Why would they do that? That's
I don't even know. You
yeah.
know, I made me so sad. I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, this little
Yeah.
girl
Yep.
is in that house and you guys are sitting up all night making sure
Yep.
she don't what are you doing all day? What are you
Yeah.
doing all day? Making sure she don't eat all day too?
Mhm.
I mean, what the hell's going on inside that household?" And
Yeah.
then he said that this little girl had a boy over, some guy that was over there talking with her, and he said he told the guy, "You it's time for you to leave." And he said the guy just, kept talking to the girl, a few more minutes, and then Fred got evil with this guy, and and put him out, and made him go. And it's like, why did they not, why are they standing right there to listen to everything she says? Why did they gotta monitor everything, she was saying to this guy? Why did they have to stand there? Why did they have to tell the guy it's time to leave?
Yeah.
You're not gonna get to talk to her without us listening, it's
Yeah.
time to go, and then get real evil with him. I
Mhm.
think the guy probably, you know, since something ain't right, he probably was trying to, you know, hope they would go away so he could, figure out what's going on with this girl.
Yeah.
And Fred sensed that and got evil with him.
Yeah.
You know, I think
Mhm.
I think that whoever that boy was, he, he was suspecting something weird going on with that girl too.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what mother would let some fucking um some fucking prison freak come up in
Yeah.
our house and
Yeah.
start, and immediately start, um well, I like to use the word, block, but come
Yeah.
in there and
Uh-huh.
immediately take over, their child. Who in the hell
Yeah.
does that? I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you what, you let a man come into my house, say one motherfucking thing, say one thing to him. I'm gonna tell you what, make my fucking day. Say
Yeah.
one thing to one of my kids. Go ahead, say
Yeah.
one damn thing. And
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you what, you better hope. You better
Yeah.
hope it's a good day. You better
Yeah.
hope it's a good fucking day for me. And
Right.
the curb catches your fucking ass.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you what, if it ain't a good day,
Yeah.
um, you know, I might
Better
be
watch
wearing an
out.
orange
Yeah.
jumpsuit, right?
Yep.
That's just, hell no. You don't come in and say nothing to my children.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
don't mother. My kids got a dad. They got a dad. Their dad's in heaven. And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Um, they had a damn good dad. They had a
Yeah.
damn good dad, and they don't need another daddy. They don't need another
Yeah.
daddy. They're
Yeah.
good with their mama. And I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you what. You
Yep.
better not say nothing to my kids. Don't even look at my kids wrong. You look at
Yeah.
my kids wrong,
Yep.
and I'll fucking the curb will catch your ass with that too. Don't come
Yeah.
up in my house.
Exactly.
I'm
Yep.
gonna tell you,
Yep.
when me and my husband got together, the first thing I told him is, you know what? If you want to be there for me, great, but don't act like you're going to be there for my kids, because my kids don't need you. They
Yeah.
don't need you, and I'm not going to tolerate it.
Yeah. Yep.
If
Yeah.
the first time you say something to them, the first time you say something to me about them, the first time you give them a look I don't like, your ass going to be hitting the curb. Your shit is going to hit the curb
Well,
with you.
exactly. Yep.
Just
Yep.
watch the
For
fuck
sure.
out, because and like I told him, I want you to know up front. I want you to know up front that I'm going to go batshit fucking crazy if if you
Yeah.
do this. And
Yep.
I don't need you to be there for my kids. I take care of my own
Yeah.
kids. I
Yep.
put the clothes on their back. I
Mhm.
put the roof over their head. I put the food in their
Yeah.
belly. I take care of my children. I don't fucking need you. I don't need you.
Yeah. Yep.
If you can't be there just for
Yep.
me, then you know what?
Yeah.
You need to get the hell up. Let the waiter leave me the check and go on your merry fucking
Yeah.
way.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Absolutely. Where the good
Yep.
Lord split you, right?
Yep. Exactly. Heck yeah. I know exactly where you're coming from, sissy.
And I tell you what, my husband, he's like, I ain't never met nothing like you. He said,
Yeah.
really? He told me, he said, I ain't never met nothing like you. He said, and he looked at me, he's like, I love it. I love it. I was
Yeah.
like, you gotta be insane. You
Yeah.
gotta be insane.
He must love you.
he,
He must love
he,
you.
he was like, I haven't ever, he said, I ain't ever seen a woman, uh, you know, protect her children like this.
Uh-huh.
He's like, man, you handed me my ass
Yeah.
on this topic,
Yeah. Yep.
and he's
Yeah.
like, all respect. He's like, all
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I was shocked. I was shocked he didn't get up and let me pay the check, right? I mean, I offered,
Right.
and
Yeah.
he paid the check, He paid a check and he was like, "How soon can I see you again? Tomorrow?"
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
I
that's
was like,
crazy.
right. I mean, on my way home, I was like, damn, I might have found my soulmate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay,
But
Sissy, well, I'm going to let you go for the night.
all right,
And
girl. I appreciate you coming up.
please,
God bless you.
yeah,
Much
please
love.
keep me, yeah, you too, and please keep me posted on anything. And
Oh, I will. I will. And you know what? Tell your husband in the background that we appreciate him being so patient with you being up
oh
here
yeah,
tonight. Let him know
yeah,
that,
I will.
yeah, tell him God bless and much love for allowing you to spend the time with us.
Yeah,
We thoroughly enjoyed it.
right. Yep, I sure will for sure.
I hope you come
Alrighty,
back.
well, you
I
take
hope you come
care.
back.
I will. Yep, for sure.
I love you, girl.
Yep. Love you too, Sissy. You have a good night.
You too. God bless and much love to
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
You too. Love you.
I love Mary, man. She is a sweetheart, absolute sweetheart. If you guys ain't checked out her cooking channel, you have got to do that. You have got to do that. Oh, I forgot to ask her while she's up here to please put out some Thanksgiving side dishes, some desserts, some, it is, yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Absolutely. Merry Christmas to her. Um, I love her cooking channel. I absolutely adore it. And it gives me so many ideals when it comes to the kitchen. And my kids loved um some of the recipes that I picked up off of her channel and you know and implicated into our meals and stuff, and they're like, wow, you never fixed this before. I said, well, I didn't know about it. Right, I didn't know about it. Where'd you get this from? Where'd you learn to make it, Mary? Mary, yeah, Donwell's sister. She's got a cooking channel. I watch it. And my kids is like, you need to watch that more. Right? So they really love the recipes that she puts out too. And I do. I know I do. Amazing, amazing. She's an amazing cook. She's an amazing lady. Very, very the opposite of Don Wells, right? The very opposite of Don Wells. There's like night and day. Um, you can't hardly believe that they were raised together. You can't believe that they were brought up together. She's so kind, beautiful, nice, caring, loving. Um, and I'm gonna tell you, if she would have had Summer would have had everything in the world. I mean, Mary really would have gave Summer a beautiful life. She'd have gave those boys a beautiful life. Um, it's sad. It's sad that that they were stuck with Don and Candace and used and abused. And on June 15th, 2021, in my opinion, Summer paid the price for all that evilness. She paid the price because they didn't want to save her. They wanted to save their asses. And that's my opinion. And I certainly pray. I certainly pray that that whatever they're looking at on this property, I pray that it leads to Summer's findings. I pray to God. I pray to God that it leads to her findings. I pray that it leads to her brother's closure, our closure. And I just pray that there's enough of Summer to lay her to rest properly. That's what I pray. That there's enough left to lay her to rest properly. God be with us. God be with us, you guys. I had a lot more that I would have liked to went through and over tonight, but God willing, we'll be back tomorrow night, and I can go through everything, everything that everything else that I wanted to put out here tonight. That's the great thing, right? Great thing is, I pray God gives us another day to to catch up more on what's going on in Summer's case, and to another day to pray for, hopefully she's found. She's found. I sure hope she's found. I truly believe they got something. I truly believe they got something that's going to prove that she's been found. I just feel really sad that they might not be enough to lay her to rest properly. If they did what a lot of us are thinking they done. I mean, hopefully, hopefully she was just put there as a holding area until they can move her to that gravesite. I'm thinking that it's a possibility that she was being held, some kind of evidence that she was being held there until they could move her over to Morrison Cemetery. I don't know. I sure hope that they ain't evil enough to let a bunch of hogs, to let a bunch of pigs. Man, you don't get no more evil than that. You just don't get no more evil than that right there. To take a child, to use and abuse a child so bad that you can't save it, and you destroy it to save your own ass. And after you destroy it to save your own ass, you would go down the road and dump it in a hog pen. To continue to save your ass. Why people would support evil bastards like this, I don't know. I'm tired of hearing mother freaking innocent till proven guilty. I'm tired of hearing that. These motherfuckers have fucking showed us how evil and how lying and how goddamn guilty they fucking was from day one. A damn blind man could see how fucking evil these bastards were. How they didn't look for this little girl. How they sit there and mother freaking lied their asses off every fucking second of every damn day and done nothing to help their daughter. Everyone, a blind man could see that they was out here not wanting to talk about their daughter. Matter of fact, you got blocked or you got freaking timed out if those bitches were on a panel and you said one thing about Summer while that bitch was there. And how people could support that, I don't know. I don't know, because you know what? I can't do it. I cannot do it. I will not do it. I'm going to tell you something. I love my God. I love my God with everything I got. I love his son, Jesus Christ. And I love the Holy Spirit that's upon me and within me. I walk in the light of Jesus Christ. And I will not support evil in any way, form, or how. I support the victim, the one who paid the price, because evil has to exist in this world. Fuck those evil people. They can fucking ride out on the same horse they rode in on for all I give a shit. But people supported it. Supported it so much that Don Wells called Daddy up, laughing his ass off, that there were so many people stupid enough to support their evil fucking asses after the evil that they did. That's my opinion. I'm going to keep it. I bet you 10 to 1, Don Wells has made the comment to Candace. And Candace has made it to him. If we knew we would have got that much money, we'd have done this sooner. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with me. If we knew, we would have done this earlier. That's my opinion. I bet they've had a damn good laugh. I'm going to tell you, this is a form of evil that most human beings are not affiliated with. But it exists, baby. It exists. And that form of evil right there, man, it will fucking befriend you and devour you. It will befriend you and devour you. Be careful. Be very careful. People who disrespect you, humans that disrespect you, I'm bringing you up, Australia.
Hey,
Humans,
PG.
hey, girl. Humans that disrespect you will devour you. If you got people that say stuff to you and hurt your feelings and don't care, they're just, fucking mean and have no damn respect, get them the hell out your life. Get them the fuck out of your life, because those people right there, they will devour you. The people you want to spend your time with is the ones that want to be there for you, the ones that's always there for you, always helping you, always taking care of you the same way you do them. Do not give these evil fucking people that only come around when they want something, mother freakers that expect instead of respect, get them the fuck out your life. Because that's exactly who Don and Candace Wells are. That's who Fred Hill is. That is who Jody Sue and Andy are. They are all fucking take, no damn give. And if you think people like that's going to be there for you when you fucking need them, and that's why you're being there for them, you're lying to yourself. You are lying to yourself. And if you don't believe me, test the water. Test the water. Call their asses a couple of times. Call them a couple of times with your fucking problems and see how fast they hang up. See how fast they have to go. But they'll keep you on the phone for an hour when their asses want something. They're fucking evil. They're users and damn abusers. Get them out of your life.
They'll use the content for money when they're not even guilty. If you know what I mean. Even if they didn't have anything to do with it, they'll do smoke and mirrors to block the situation and make profit on it, like Ziggy.
Oh, like Ziggy. You
Yeah,
know.
PG, I
Yeah.
just sent you something. It's an email from Hawkins County from Detective Pruitt about Fred.
And it's
I
8
sent it.
mouths.
I sent it to you in Messenger.
8 mouths from what? It's 8 mouths from what? I'm trying to see. What is it 8 mouths from?
I can't open it. Am I still? Am I still with you?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Okay, I'll read it to you.
You
Says
said
below.
you mean this place right here is 8 miles from Fred's?
That place you've got on there, that's Paul Hill's place, which is 9.5 miles from Hawkins, from Ben Hill Road. But
Right.
Detective Pruitt sent an email to Karen, Karen Hill
Yes.
or Karen Elliott, whoever she is.
Yes.
It's got below is the last email you sent to Sheriff Lawson. I'm Detective Pruitt, and the sheriff asked me to follow up with you concerning Fred Hill. Mr. Hill has been investigated intensively, and with the timeline that has been pieced together of his activities during the time period in question, he has been ruled out as a person of interest. This includes any videos and or recordings that he has made. We greatly appreciate your interest in this case and the time that you are investing in it. Fred Hill isn't who or where you should devote your time to. Thank you, Detective Pruitt. So that's that. That's what Six Up showed on her in her live tonight. I had it sent to me.
Um this this um I don't think this is legit because where it
I
says
was thinking that too.
where it says thank you, Detective Pruitt, it would have had his signature. And they always, anytime law enforcement sends you something like this, there'd have been a signature
Mm.
underneath it.
Anyone can do an email like that, can't they?
Well, it don't even have, it don't even have a picture.
It's got Hawkins County at the top of it.
You know, and I do not I do not I don't think this is authentic. I don't know. I can check into it. I can definitely find out if this was authentic.
I just thought you should have it.
Yeah, I definitely look into it and I definitely find out if it's authentic or not. Trust me.
I know you will.
I'll get the answers to that
That's
because
good.
I know I know that
It's an email that was sent to
and
Karen, Fred's sister.
right, but it'll be pin signed. It'll be anytime Pruitt's name, it would have had, you know, it had been pin signed underneath that. And and it just says Detective Pruitt, and I don't. It's not going to just say Detective Pruitt. It would say Detective and either his initials, Pruitt, or it would have had, you know, his name and then Pruitt. And underneath would have been, an auto pen signature, which means it's authentic. It don't look authentic to me.
I'll have to go and watch. I haven't even watched the live.
And it don't have the right. It also doesn't have the right heading on it for law enforcement. It just says Hopkins County. It don't even have the right, heading on it for law enforcement. So it's making me believe that why would Karen? She don't like Fred. As a matter of
I
fact,
know.
she's been acting like a mortal enemy to her own brother. But she,
She could be
she's been with
she,
Don Wells before. I have my suspicions on
exactly.
her
Exactly.
because she's in that group,
Yeah. Yeah.
and she could be,
Exactly what
another.
we said before.
um,
They're all affiliated with each other.
Right. Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you, law enforcement said no one has been ruled out. I just recently um heard that heard that. No, they're all Fred Hill, all of them are still suspects. I asked if Jody Sue had been ruled out. No. Has any of those suspects been ruled, people on Ben Hill Road been ruled out? No. So, how are they going to send her something saying that Fred's ruled out when they're all still suspects? I don't think that she's going to receive this. Now, she didn't say what she was inquiring on, you know. Um, she didn't say what she was, inquiring about. I didn't see where, it said she was inquiring upon Summers' case, or she was inquiring upon Cotton Simpson, or she was inquiring on something else totally away from all of this. She could have been inquiring on, on the on a case she had on him when she sold the parents' houses and everything. She could have said, she suspects him of, being around the property or doing something, and, and they may have investigated something penny ante and had ruled him out, that that he's in Indiana, not in Tennessee. This doesn't even say what they're ruling him out of. It doesn't say the Summer Moon Utah Wells case. It states nowhere of what the ruling out was about. And these guys have a way of taking one thing and try to twist it to make it look like, it's for something else. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. I'll have to go and watch the whole live to understand what it's all about.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think he would have, I think why didn't she put the whole letters that she sent them
She
and
didn't want she didn't want her email showing on the clip, so she just cropped
you
it, I
can you
think.
can no you can blotch. She knows how to blotch that shit out. You can fucking blotch all that stuff out. I just saying that, you know, I've always had a bad feeling about that woman. Uh, you know, and my instincts usually are right. I've heard about her and of her. Matter of fact, Six Up came up here, trying to blow some mother freaking, gaslight and smoke screen up here and shit with that Karen lady as well. and and there's something you ever just have something irritate the fuck out of you. You don't really
Yeah.
understand why, but
I also think she's trying to. I think they're also trying to say that
yeah,
Ziggy and Fred are using the situation to make money when he's not of interest at all. When he's throwing names out there
right,
and getting people to look everywhere and cause havoc in the cause smoke and mirrors. That's the only name for it. Distraction, like he has been doing from day one. I think Detective Pruitt is trying to say not to give him a moment a moment's more of your time, anyone's time. Anyway, I'll leave it with you, PG.
all right, girl. Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate the
I'm
info.
sorry if I've been
Sending it to me.
if I've I'm sorry if I've stopped the live.
Oh, don't worry, girl. I'm
I
gonna tell
just
you.
thought you I just thought you should say it.
I always say that God's going to put me where I'm supposed to be. Wherever my feet are, that's where God's going to put me. And I thank him. I thank him. He left me up here long enough for
I've
me to
so
come
had
up.
enough of Ziggy and Fred right now.
Uh, you know, um,
Really, they're just a
Ziggy,
wasted space on the internet.
Ziggy and Fred. Ziggy really messed up. She really messed up when when she went against well, she really fucked up when she married the number one suspect off of Ben Hill Road. Went down there and got with the crud
She's
ball.
she's
But
crazier than what they are.
oh yeah, oh I'm going to tell you, she's just as
Period.
evil.
It's so.
She's just as evil. Do not underestimate the fucking
She's
evilness
a
in her.
mental case.
I'm going to tell you that bitch right there. She got a demon, man. She got a demon. She got a demon bigger than a fucking horse in her.
And trying to get Benny to and trying to get Benny to go off when he's
Uh,
doing so well.
I'm going to tell you what. Like Benny told her, you don't have my permission to be doing no fucking weirdo readings on me or anything else. You
Yeah.
keep my name out your damn mouth when you're playing with your fucking woo woo witchcraft cards, right?
Yep.
Keep my name out your damn mouth, and um, people,
And teaming up with
and
Donna Serafina, that's
well,
just stupid.
she don't know. She don't know what the fuck she's doing. She don't know what the fuck she's doing because if you try to do a reading on someone without their permission, it's going to all go back on you. It's going to all go back on you because you had no permission to be doing it. You know, you can't do. You pretty much can't do like that. Shit don't really work unless um, the person the person tells a lie or you got their permission or there's certain things in this fucking black magic world that witchcraft whatever the hell they call it, whatever they want to call it. I don't even give a crap what they call it because my Bible tells me, to stay the hell away from it. Don't even go in the midst of these sick, evil people like that. I don't go in the midst of them because I don't want a damn thing to do with them. I don't want none of their ugly juju, you know, um, affiliated with me. Man, I'm full of light, love, and kindness and caring. I ain't into all that darkness and that bullshit. But and all that evilness. Hell no. I head the other way. God Almighty's my father, and the only one I fear is him because he's the only one that can, he's the only one that controls my life, right? And
PG,
he
how are
can't
you
control
feeling
it.
about this? How are you feeling about this new lead? I've been looking at Van Hill Road and the thought of the cops being out there looking for her, and then the thought of them finding something, and then the thought of it all being really real. Do you know what I mean? Because the
Right.
last 4 years have just been like a circus. And now all of a sudden it's becoming very real.
Right.
And it's
Right.
very, very sad.
I'm going to tell you, Ziggy doesn't care. Ziggy didn't care. Actually, and the truth is, Ziggy went down there to Ben Hill Road trying to get Dom Wells. You guys do know that, right? Put a one in the chat if you know that. She was down there trying to get Don, not Fred. She ended up with Fred, but she was actually trying to get with Don Wells. And Don Wells wanted nothing to do with her because he's scared. Don Wells is really scared of the woo-woo shit. He's really scared of fucking people who play with that kind of stuff. And he didn't want nothing to do with her. But that's who she originally went down there trying to, put the moves on, to be honest. In case nobody knew. I mean, she just ended up with Fred because,
And she broke up a family.
because Fred's whole family was wicked. He didn't care for if, he's wicked. So he don't care if Ziggy's wicked, but Don, he was afraid of that shit.
I can't come to grips with how people are like that in real life. Being brought up around people that are loving and warm and normal,
Don Wells is
and all of a
evil.
sudden you meet these evil animals. It's the only
Well,
word for them.
right.
Donald Wells is
Evil.
the most evil human being I've ever seen in my life.
He is.
He,
He is.
as
You
much
know
as I
what?
love, as much
He
as I loved Ozzy
he's
Osbourne,
sick and he's twisted. He's sick
he
and he's
looks
twisted.
he looks like Ozzy Osbourne in the younger days, or Alice Cooper when he was wasted in the old days, sitting
Uh,
around the table full of office space.
you know what? Now that you mention it, Ozzy Osbourne. Now that you mention it,
Can you see the resemblance?
yeah. To be honest, they're evil
Mm.
too. They're evil too.
Oh, I know he
They were
was,
pretty.
but
They were pretty wicked. They were pretty
he's a
wicked.
good singer. Not all of his songs, but he definitely is a legend.
I'm going to tell you something. Um, Don Wells, um, he has certain things, that bother him. I have observed and I took note that, he has some fears. He has, there's some things he's afraid of. He's definitely afraid of saying that, like he'll say Candace, is losing her foot. He'll say that Candace is, that Candace, is crippled over with all this stuff. And he doesn't care to give Candace all these fucking medical problems and say all kinds of weird shit's wrong with her. And she'll go along with it too. She'll go along with it because, she's weird and does that. She's twisted and evil. But let me tell you, Dom Wells is scared of somebody trying to say something's wrong with him. He'd be like, "Oh hell no, it ain't. No, it ain't." Because
Oh God, he is.
Dom Wells is afraid that if he says things are wrong with him that isn't, God'll put it on him. He's afraid God'll put it on him.
The
And
only
Candace
reason he
ain't got
turned to
brains
God,
enough to be afraid that God'll put it on her if she does it.
the only
I
reason he turned to God is because he hurt his daughter and he's trying to repent.
You know what? He's afraid. No, I think he was afraid of that stuff beforehand. He's afraid if he says it, it'll happen. And also he is scared. He is also afraid um of woo woo people. He's scared of people who, deal like he's afraid the bad juju will get off on him.
But he
Um
is the bad juju.
he's got no, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I know what you
he
mean, but he is.
he wants to be the evil, he wants to be the evil one doing evil to people. But he don't want to take the risk of someone being able to do no evil to him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like, they're cowardly. They're cowardly fucking. The problem with evil human beings is they're a bunch of fucking cowards. Evil human beings will totally destroy another human being. They will totally destroy good, righteous people. They'll go totally destroy another human person's life. But they're scared to have their life destroyed like that. They will do to others what they are fucking scared to death to have done to them, which don't make no sense. Which don't make no. You're a fucking coward. You're a damn coward, right?
yeah.
You'll go. I truly believe that Candace did. I believe that she did something evil to that Dee Dee lady. I really do. That's my opinion.
I do too. And after listening to
And
Mary,
and I bet you the bitch is scared to death that someone would do it to her. I bet she wouldn't want it done. What she did to Dee Dee, that bitch wouldn't want no one doing to her. But she did it, and that's how evil is. Evil will fucking do to you what that they wouldn't ever want done to them. They're cowards. If you're scared of it being done to you, why the fuck you going around doing it to someone else? And I'm going to tell you, it says God measures up, whether good or bad, good or evil. He's going to measure it up and he's going to pour it back out upon your backside. So you think you got away with some dirt, you're wrong. God just ain't poured it back out on you yet. But you know what, honey? It's coming. It's coming. Trust and believe that because it's what the Bible says. And if the Bible says it, then it's going to be coming to you. So just
I
get
hope
ready
to
for
God
it.
they find something out there that nails those two.
I heard they got something, and they got something that's keeping them best. They're not done. I heard that they're actually that this they're still out there investigating. I heard that they've been back to this place,
Have
investigating
they?
some more. That the investigation is not complete, nor is it over. Where
Oh,
this
wow.
where this is concerned.
I
That's what
hope
I'm
so,
hearing. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
because they've
Um,
got a lot of dirt to get through.
well, it's ongoing, and I heard they've been back. They've been back out here.
That's
So,
good.
I don't know what they got. It's got to be big. It's got to be big. That's all I know.
I
They
saw
don't
the
go chasing
construction
ghosts.
site. I saw the construction site you were talking about on Google Earth.
Right.
It's huge. Oh my nose, I'm getting sick.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, change of weather. It's
Oh,
gone from very cold to now hot and muggy. It's horrible.
hey girl, I'm gonna tell you something. Um, I
You
ain't felt
guys have
this.
got winter coming up, you lucky devils.
I've been awful sick too.
You have. It's
I've
horrible,
been
isn't it? Makes you really
yeah,
tired, headaches,
uh, tired, tired.
headaches, and I've got those
Um,
funny eyes.
yeah, I was telling you last night that when I listened
I,
to Ziggy,
I call them screen eyes.
crack me up, crack me up. No, you know, my sickness is, you know, caused by something totally different right now. Totally different.
Well, I hope you're okay.
Oh, I will
We'll
be.
pray.
I
We'll
will
pray
be.
for you, sweetie.
I will be. You know,
You need a holiday.
I do. Well, I'm
You
gonna
need
get one.
rest.
I'm
You
gonna
need to
get one. I'm
rest.
gonna get a holiday here real soon.
You work too hard.
You know, I'm gonna get one real soon.
You
For
need a
all
PG day.
for everybody out here that don't know, I'm just gonna tell you guys, PG's having a baby. I'm gonna be having a baby.
Are you?
We're gonna have a YouTube baby. Oh yeah, you guys will be hearing it very soon.
Are you? Are
Um,
you? So when you told me that you were pregnant a while ago, you really are pregnant.
oh yes, absolutely,
Oh, congratulations.
absolutely. Who's gonna throw me a baby shower?
I will.
But
How
yes,
cute.
yes, having a baby real soon.
Are you happy about it?
Oh yes, oh yes. Um, last Christmas, I lost my baby. I lost a baby last year. Man, I tell you what, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I wanted to
I
cry.
think you. I think you told me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to cry and cry and cry. It was devastating. But
Gee, that makes me feel like an old lady.
I have to hold it together. I have to hold it together for my kids. I got to hold it together for, I feel all the time like I got to hold everything together for
Oh, PG,
everything.
congratulations.
And, and,
I wish I could
and
come over there and play auntie.
yes, yes, I am. Absolutely am.
How adorable. I've got my little niece. I miss her like crazy.
But, I can't gonna be able to hide it. I'm big as a house. I am a fucking
Really?
walking house. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, girl. I mean, like,
I think when you told me you were pregnant, that was back in April.
let me tell you something.
I thought you were just kidding me.
No, absolutely not. I
That's
don't
why I
care.
didn't. That's why I didn't respond to it. I didn't want to. I didn't want to make a joke of it. Sorry, now you really are. Wow.
Well, I'm being out here on YouTube. I'm not going to be able to hide it. You guys are going to hear the baby cry. You're going to hear my baby crying, and
It's so cute.
I can't hide it. So, I just want to let you guys know.
How beautiful. Do you know if it's a
Look
boy
here, I'm
or a
bringing you
girl?
up. You know, so you'll be
Mom, I
hearing it.
can't believe you let your secret out.
Is
Well,
it a boy or a girl, PG?
I don't want to say. I do know.
No, don't
I,
tell Mom.
I don't.
Don't tell.
I don't want to say. Then people's going to be looking for somebody with that baby, right?
I'm gonna bet.
Yep.
I'm gonna
I
bet that
want
you're having a
to
little
protect
girl.
it. I want to protect it, but
Yep.
you know, I have to
Yeah,
protect
you
it.
tell no one.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely
I
not.
didn't think of that. You've got to protect it from YouTube.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
All the evil
Mm,
bastards out here.
Oh, I'm going to tell you. I know Summer's Army. I know Summer's Army would, I know they would protect it. I know they will protect this baby because, they love Summer so much, and I'm sure they're going to love PG's baby as well.
my father
Um,
believes in
but
reincarnation.
you got a lot of evil people out here that will be, be very vicious, and I'm not going to, have people coming at my child like that.
Exactly.
No. I can't
But
believe you let
that's
the cat out of the bag, Mom. I kept it a secret.
well,
Yeah,
I kept it a secret too. She told me, but I didn't follow through with it.
That,
you
I'm
guys are.
sorry I didn't get to talk to you about it now.
it's funny because now they know and I love it.
She told me PG told me ages ago about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew she
And,
lost the
I
one
don't
after
tell
Christmas.
anyone what you tell me.
and I'm gonna tell you, I am not,
What I talk to you about's our business only.
That's right.
I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not a spring chicken. Like this is, it's like a second family type thing. And, you
How
know,
many other kids have you had?
I've got
You've
four.
had
I've got four.
so
Four.
this is
My
number 5.
This would be five. Absolutely.
Oh, how adorable!
Yeah.
I'm past having children.
Oh, my daughter is
I'm going into the final stages of becoming an old woman now.
my daughter is so excited. She's so happy. She's so happy. She's like, oh, I wanna help with it. I
You
want,
wait till you hit menopause, PG. It's horrible.
she thinks it's gonna be a living doll baby, like a living doll.
Well, she
She
can help out a lot with it.
that she can dress, that she can dress and everything, and in different little outfits. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And we
John,
went shopping. We went shopping, buying all the stuff, getting everything that we need, the crib and all the stuff, because I didn't have none of that, right? I didn't have none of that. Because my kids, even my youngest hasn't seen a crib for a minute. And I didn't have any of those things. So I had to go out and get all new stuff. And my daughter's got a like a living room type thing, connected to her room. And we're turning that into a nursery. And because she wants to turn it into the nursery. But the baby will be in
so
my
are
room.
you living? Are you living in your big house and not his house?
He's moving in with me. We've been moving his stuff.
Oh, that's good.
We've been moving his stuff. So, you know, um,
That's good
sometimes,
to keep your
sometimes,
family where they're settled.
right. Sometimes, we're at um, a timeshare place, which is, between where I'm at and where he's at. We stay there and then we go on to his place, and we've been packing everything and then, coming back, because I have to rest. I can't do the full haul back right now. So we have a place where we stop, and sometimes that's where I'm doing, was doing my lives from. And it was all kinds of noise and shit. And I'm like, you know,
Yeah, you could,
um,
when you're there, you echo a little bit.
there was a lot of noise and stuff. And I'm like, oh my
Mm.
goodness, but like, I'm back. I'm back right now. We're stationed at my home, right now. So yeah. But we'll be, he still has some things, so we're commuting. We're commuting to
Is he
bring everything.
excited about being a daddy?
Um, you know, we had a little we had a little problem. We had a little problem when the baby I lost. Um, we had, a little matter of fact, it almost ruined the whole relationship. Um,
Yep.
because he wasn't ready for this. But this one, yes, he's very excited, very happy. Um, he's been amazing. He's been amazing.
I'm
So,
sorry that you lost the other one.
might be, because, um, you know, I lost it. I didn't only lose the baby, but I mean, I like lost it, on
Uncle held you
him,
together.
you know, after I did, and maybe that's why he's excited. He don't want to see me looking like that again. But yeah, sometimes I I can have a temper.
I try to stay calm and peaceful and very patient, but you know, some things get to you, right? Sometimes you can't control how you feel.
My son came in to my doctor's appointment the other day, and I was talking to my doctor about menopause, and the doctor was asking me what are your symptoms, and I said I think I've been a bit bitchy, and then Jono goes, "Yeah, you have, Mum," and I said, "Really? How?" And he goes, "You're snappy."
Right?
Yeah, so
You know,
I'm
I heard
50. I'm 52 now. I'm going on 53.
I heard that,
I don't feel like I'm that old.
some women go through that early in life, some women go through it later in life. Um, you know, it just depends. It just depends, I guess,
It's
on
horrible.
yeah, I hear
It
it
is
is.
horrible.
Um, I remember, my grandmother and talking to my mom about it. I guess my mom must have, been at that stage of life. And I can remember my grandmother talking to her and um my mother went through it early. And I can remember my grandmother saying, that some women do. And that, that I guess the younger you go through it, the easier it is to get through it. It's what I was overhearing. Um, you know, uh, in my household, you didn't, you didn't get into adult conversations. You could, stay in a, you were a child and you stay in a child's place, right?
Yep.
So you didn't
My
get to jump in.
my grandmother, my dad's mum, she was 5'2", only a little thing, and she fell pregnant when she was 40, late 40s. Anyway, when it came to time to pushing my dad out, it really tore her apart. Dad came out weighing 14 pounds, and she lost her whole uterus after that. But she
Oh,
was she
really?
was she was tiny, and she gave birth to a whopper.
Whoa.
Yeah, 14 pounds dad was. My
Wow.
boy my boy was 10 pounds. And
I'm not sure how big this one's going to be, but I'm going to tell you, I feel like a house. I feel like a house. I mean, like, I don't remember waddling with, my other kids. I might have. I don't remember it, but I'm definitely waddling with this one. I look like a penguin.
You're
that's
you're
cute.
all belly and butt, Mama.
I look like a penguin. And,
How long now, PJ, until due date?
I don't want to say that either.
Okay.
I
Mm-mm.
don't want to I don't want to give that out.
All right.
Nope, they'll be searching.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Be the
All I can tell you, Australia, she's all belly and ass.
Oh, I got a big ass.
Mom,
I
Mama got
got,
the bubble butt
I
going
got,
on.
I got a big ass. I got a big belly. I got a
No,
big
you
ass. I got
don't.
big everything right now.
No, you got the
Right?
belly really big time.
I'm going to tell
when
you
Maddie
something.
when Maddie was full term, I could not walk. I was stuck in bed for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And
Mama's
then I
feet
had a
stay still.
cesarean.
Oh, I'm going to tell you.
I
And they
had two
don't,
cesareans. John, I had the cord wrapped around his neck.
girl,
So
they do
he
not
was,
make
John, I was an
maternity,
emergency cesarean.
they do not make maternity clothes the way they used to. They
No, they
don't.
don't, do they?
No, no. I mean, oh my gosh, they're like either way too big or way too
I,
little or
I
You
used to
know,
just wear those free size dresses,
I'm
the,
a,
the hippie dresses.
right, right. You gotta just,
You know, the old tie dyed long hippie dresses with mirrors in them.
I was gonna go in the part, the camping department and get a couple of tents. Might still have to do that before it's over with.
You
Right?
could just buy
Get your
yourself a
sweats and
large
wear them.
size clothes. You could just go and buy yourself a big girl outfit. That'd do you.
Huh?
I said you could just go and buy yourself a plus size outfit. You're
I
only
you know,
tiny.
well, I started out like because at one point I was like 98 pounds.
I
I was
picture
like
you as a
98
little itty bitty, a
I
little
was like
itty bitty,
98
small
pounds
frame,
soaking
tiny
wet,
girl.
right? And when I with this one I was about I say 100 and between 110 115 pounds. And girlfriend, I don't even step on the scale. I don't even step on the scale. Like when I go
110 pounds, so that's 55 kg.
when
That's
when I
nothing.
go when I go to the doctors, no, when I first conceived this baby, I was like that weight. I was between 110, 115. I was fluctuating. Um, but um when I go to the doctors, like, and they're like, get on the scale, step on the scale. I'm like, why do it's like I need to step on it backwards. You don't know. I'm gonna have to step on it
I do
back.
that when I go to the doctor. He'll go, hop on the scales. And I say, well, don't tell me. I don't want to bloody know.
Yeah. But it's like, whoa. Um, Let me tell you something, girl. When I go out the door, this kid goes out first. That's how
How
close I
All
cute.
am.
day.
It
Oh,
leaves the house before I do.
how
Right?
cute.
The only
Gee,
way
I'd
I
love
can
to have a grandchild. My daughter won't get her backside into action.
oh, really?
She's
Well, you
not.
know
She
what?
is
You
not
will.
interested.
She's still
I've
young.
asked her. No, she's going on third. She'll be 29 next year.
Mm,
She's not. She sounds like a little baby, and she acts like a little baby, but she's not. She's a grown woman.
right? You know, but
She's too
sometimes,
scared. She's too scared to get in a relationship because the serious one she had when she was 15 put her
she,
through the ringer. She was with him for 6 years, and the first boyfriend she had, he he probably put her through everything that you would go through in a lifetime. So I had hell with that. I had Maddie jumping off a cliff, Maddie in the bathroom overdosing on pills, Madeline trying to um d-
you know how they tell the women that the baby's the size of like an arm. They first start out, it's the size of like a
like a
little.
peanut.
Yeah, and then they say that, it's the size of like an orange or a grapefruit, and then they're like, it's the size
At
of,
a football.
a melon, they are cucumber, they try to measure it up to freaking fruits and vegetables. And I'm gonna tell you what I'm carrying. I'm carrying a mother freaking pumpkin that won grand prize for being the biggest one.
Oh, how cute.
Right? It got the blue freaking
Oh,
ribbon.
what what a funny conversation we're having.
The kid's huge. It's huge.
Oh, how cute. You'll have to talk
Australia,
some
if you
sense
seen her
into.
belly, she's all belly.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to talk some sense into Maddie. I want to become a grandmother.
As Donald Trump would say, it's huge. Hey, girl, people say, why is PG so late getting in here since she's gotten married? No, I'm late getting in here because I have to situate myself so that I'm way back. I'm way back there, and I gotta try to
Imagine
situate
trying to
myself
write on
to
the
be up here.
computer.
I have to turn this chair sideways.
Yeah, you'd have to sit sideways.
Yeah, and I'm telling you what, it's uncomfortable as hell.
Have you got your ankles up? Have you got your feet up?
And then someone says, PG, I sent you this or that, and then I have to, sometimes I'll turn the mic off because I don't want them to hear my chair rolling way back, so I can turn around and try to try to go look. It's like I'm like, oh my goodness, I am just so tired of hiding it.
That's funny.
I can't go look, you guys, because I'm sitting sideways. I can't see the keyboard. I'm just looking at a microphone, right?
Oh,
I got a wireless mouse, so I can pop the comments up. I had to buy that special.
I bought a computer and a pair of headphones and I don't even use them.
Right?
I'm still using my phone.
Hey, do you know that
It's easier.
like if you're you can get a microphone. You can actually get a regular computer, like your regular computer, and get a microphone, and you can you don't have to wear headphones or anything anymore.
Nope.
You can be up here. You can be up here, and you can hear everything everybody's saying through your computer, and you're talking through your microphone, and you don't need. I don't wear
Well,
headphones.
I noticed I made a video the other night and I was on Google Earth and I was in my room on my own, but in the background here's Madeline on the phone talking to one of her girlfriends. And it picked
Right?
it up in the background on the phone.
Oh, Mama's after Daddy for a minute. Uh-oh. Run, Dad. Your ass is Dutch.
She said, I bet, second to none said, I bet you look adorable and glowing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you will be,
yeah.
Peter. You are.
What I look like a blimp. That's what I look like.
That's just cute.
I look like a freaking blimp with legs.
Pregnancy is beautiful. I love being
I'm gonna
pregnant.
tell you what. Um,
Once the baby's out, you really miss having it with you.
some days I look totally like shit. I'm not gonna lie. Some days I look like it, I feel like it. I be having my hair all pulled up in a freaking scrunchie and I'm gonna tell you all I want to do is sit somewhere and eat ice cream, right? I just want to get the whole damn bucket of ice cream out with a spoon and go sit somewhere.
Tell him what you was craving.
Say what the heck, what the hell? Why not?
Tell him,
What kind of
tell him
food
what
are
you
you
was craving.
craving?
Girl, I'm gonna tell you what. I hate to
I
say
won't
this,
tell.
but I eat a lot. I eat a lot of freaking Chinese food. I eat a lot. Yeah, this kid,
Yum.
I don't know where
You might be having a boy.
I don't know where the Oriental stuff's coming in at, but I like the Chinese food. I like a cake. Cake is number one. Like, oh my goodness, just give me
Sounds
some
like
cake.
sounds like you're having a boy.
Ice cream, and believe it or not, like and I hate I've always hated them them oh shit, I can't that how much I hate them because I don't ever even buy them until I got like this. But it's those I might have to go to the refrigerator and take a look. But anyways, it's these pickles. It's this pickles and they're
Oh, I love pickles when you're pregnant. Yum.
I'm gonna tell you something. It's those ones that's got all the seasoning in them. I don't know
That's the
why I like them.
classic mall.
I don't know why I like them, but it's the ones with a bunch of seasoning in them.
Yeah, I know the
My
ones.
Classic season.
my kids uncle buys them. He always buys them. He eats them, and I
I
stay away
used to
from them.
I used to eat French mustard and Dijon mustard out of the jar when I was pregnant with Jonathan.
You know something?
And Macca's.
I don't like. I don't.
I
Oh
loved
really?
I loved McDonald's
Oh, I love
and milk.
McDonald's. I love McDonald's before I ever got pregnant. I absolutely love McDonald's. I could
But
eat that.
I lived on Macca's, Mars bars, milk and mustard when I was pregnant with him.
Milk? Did you mix the mustard in the milk?
No, I'd have milk and then I'd have mustard in a jar on its own.
Yeah,
And
it's so.
my stepmother said to me, "You're pregnant, aren't you?" And I said, "How did you know?" And she said, "Because I can tell by what you eat." And I said, "Well, don't tell Dad, please. He's going to kill me."
Yeah, yeah.
My dad hit the roof with the first one because I was only 15, and it was that guy I was telling you about, the one that took advantage of me when I was young. That's who I fell
Right.
pregnant to. And Dad was going to send him to jail, and he was going to put me in a foster home. But when he came back to he was overseas when he found out. When he came back home, my stepmom calmed him down, but then I lost the baby anyway. So it wasn't meant to be.
They're and the pickles. They just got it's this jar, and it's got a bunch of spices. It's got like it's when you
Yeah,
take
they
the
got
jar.
like
When you take the jar, there's a bunch
chili
of
in there,
yeah, there's a bunch of
jalapenos.
weird. There's a bunch of weird stuff. A bunch of weird stuff,
Yum.
and
That's yummy on pizza.
I stay away from them. I totally stay away from them. But my kid's uncle, he buys them. He gets them and puts them in the fridge all the time. And I didn't, I just didn't like the way they look or what floating
I
around
like them in
there.
curry. They're beautiful
And
in curry.
he was eating, he was eating, he was eating a sandwich, some kind of sandwich, and I came through, and he was sitting at the table eating some kind of sandwich, and I came through, and I don't know why I wanted a bite, but I just wanted a bite of his sandwich, and I don't eat after people. Like, I do not eat after anyone. And he's sitting there, and I just walk over, take a big bite out of the sandwich. He's like, "Whoa, what's going on here? You just bit my sandwich." And I was like, "You're stingy. Why you not share?" He's like, "You don't even eat after people. What and you bite my sandwich." And I was like, "Why you bite my sandwich?" I was like, "I don't know why I bit your damn sandwich. You just wanted to." And I did. And walked off. And man, I was like, I had to go back. I said, "What did you have on that sandwich?" And he's like, the pickles you don't like. And I was like, man, I like those. For some reason, I was liking them. And I tell you what, during this whole thing, his jar stays empty. He has to go get more because his jar has been staying empty. Right? I'd be slapping them. I'd be slapping those things on my sandwiches, on my hamburgers, on everything. And late at night, I'd just go by the refrigerator and I'll pull some out and put them on a plate and keep moving. I'm like, I don't know why I like these things, but I do. I'm gonna tell you,
Oh,
girl.
you're a funny little thing, PG.
Yeah, I'm about to put a Post-it note on his pickles. Stay out of them. Stay out of my pickles. I make them
That's little.
crazy.
That's little PG pickles.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, they're like they follow me around. They follow me everywhere. They do. Yeah. It's like I can't get rid of them. Like their uncle, my kid's uncle. He'll sit in a room, fall asleep, and start snoring on me because he comes to my office. He does. He comes to my office like he was coming into my office all the time. Like last week, he was coming to my office all the time, and he has just fall asleep in my chair back there and snore. And I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody can hear you. He just like he has to watch me all the time. I'm like, what are you waiting for? Like, are you going to catch the baby? Right? Are you going to catch it? I don't think so. I don't know why he's following me around. It's weird.
Anyway, I'm going to get down, PG.
Hey, girl, I appreciate
You
you
have
coming
a
up.
you have a good rest of your. I don't know what time it is where you are.
The
But
rest of my evening,
We're
it
going
is
on.
late.
We're going on 4:30 p.m.
Oh, wow.
So I've got to
Girl,
start
We
looking
are
at
12.
getting dinner ready.
your day's just getting started. You're just now. I'm coming to your house. You're having dinner, ain't you? You're having dinner.
Oh,
I gotta get.
haven't even thought about it.
Girl, I'm gonna tell you what. I gotta get across that ocean. I'm hungry.
Don't give her
Tell you
spaghetti.
what,
Do not give Mom
Tell you
spaghetti.
what, you do a lot more walking around in this house. It's massive.
Oh wow, wow. Hey,
It's
girl, I'm gonna tell
absolutely
you.
huge. Someone can
I,
sleep in the pantry. My food pantry is that big. You could put a mattress in there and go to sleep.
I'm gonna tell you something. I feel you because my house is a wreck too. I got boxes. I got boxes everywhere right
Yeah,
now.
I've put all my clothes in another room, and they're still in the boxes. I am not unpacking what I don't need. I'm leaving it all packed because the way the renting crisis is over here at the moment.
Right.
People sell the house from under you.
Well, you know what? I want to keep it like he has a lot of stuff, and like he's got a lot of beautiful stuff, like beautiful furniture and a lot of beautiful things, paintings and all kinds of beautiful stuff. And
But once they
and
bring their stuff into your house,
right, and I want to keep
it's like you don't want to touch it.
he'll be like
Mm,
he'll be like
I know exactly what you
we
mean.
he's like we should sell a lot of the things and
No,
down
no.
so and I'm like no, it's like I want to it might be the kid, I don't know, but for some reason I'm like, no, I want to keep this and I want to keep that and I want to keep all these things, and he's like, you already got a ton of stuff too, and I'm like, yeah, but he's like, where are you going to put it? And I'm like, oh my gosh, he remind me of my first husband. That's what he always said. Where are you going to put it? I tell him I don't know, but I'm gonna find a place, right? I'm gonna find somewhere to put it. It's gonna go someplace because I don't want to let go of nothing. But
All
he,
right, sweetie, I'm getting down. I've got to get down.
all right, girl. But
It's
he's
all
got some
happening
good
here.
things.
God bless, and I'm so happy for you.
Hey, girl, I'm happy for you. I'm glad you
You
finally
look
got
after
into.
you look after that little baby for me.
Hey, be patient with Maddie.
I'll
Be
be
patient.
I'll be it. Yeah, I am. Um,
She'll make you a grandma soon. She'll make you a grandma real soon.
she's 29, going on 29, but she's got the mind of a 25-year-old. Do you know
Your
what I
son,
mean?
your son has no children yet either.
No, he's he got deprived of oxygen inside me when he was when I was pregnant because he had
Oh,
the cord
okay.
wrapped around his neck.
Right.
If I'd pushed him out any further, I would have killed him.
Oh God.
So when you look at him, there's nothing. When you look at him, he looks normal. When you talk
Mm,
to him, he'll talk back normally,
right.
but he's just got a learning deficit
Oh, okay.
and he needs guidance.
Right. Right.
He um once he learns how to do something, he masters it. So um I'm not even making any sense. I'm that tired. Um
I understand. I understand what you're
if
saying.
he could if he could live on his own, I think he would. If he
Right.
had if he had the right friends to move out with.
Right.
But at the moment, no. And as for girls, he hasn't got the confidence.
Right.
He doesn't think that he's handsome. And I told him he's gorgeous because
Oh
he is a
yeah.
gorgeous looking boy.
Oh, I've seen him. He's a good
He
looking man.
looks like my brother.
Right. He's a good looking man.
He
Um.
passes my brother's son.
Right.
And then the three of them, my dad, my brother, and my son, are triplets in
You
different
know,
generations.
if he
It's
if he found the right woman, if he found the right woman, he can make a life out there. He can make a life.
yeah. He
You
he
know.
I think he is looking, but he said a lot of the girls in Tasmania are inbred. That's his words to me.
Oh.
He calls them inbreds because they look like it.
Oh. Okay.
There's part of Tasmania where um people look inbred, and then there's another part of Tasmania where people are normal. It's a
Right.
funny. It's probably like America or Tennessee. You go into Tennessee where Summer was born in the hills, and the cousins sleep with cousins, and then you get a baby that's dwarfed.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
You
Well,
know, you
the
would
place
think
is full of it over here.
that, you would think that people wouldn't want to put the children through that, right?
I know.
You would think that they wouldn't want to hurt the next generation that way. But, you know, I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
I don't understand how it's happened in Tassie. It's got me stumped.
Right. You know,
But they're
um,
lovely people here. Don't get me wrong. That the people here have got a heart of gold, and I wish he would meet a female because the females in Tasmania are good, wholesome girls with a
your
big heart of gold.
your children have to find have to find
He
their
has to.
significant other. They have to find their significant other,
He's not going to find it online.
outside of their bloodline, outside of their
Oh,
bloodline
absolutely.
in order to have, to
They've got
produce
they've got
healthy
no
normal
worries of
kids.
not they've got no worries of that happening in my family because we're my brother and I is just him and I, and my brother just had one daughter and I had two kids,
Right.
and we've got that precious little girl. Gee, she's beautiful, little
Wow.
Sophia.
I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
tell
miss
you,
her. I'm gonna miss her this year.
the one little girl that I seen looks just like
Yeah,
Maddie. She looks,
Sophia.
I thought that was Maddie's daughter or your
Oh,
daughter,
I know,
your
but she
younger
would
daughter.
have a beautiful little girl, Maddie would,
Oh, yes, she would. Absolutely. She would have
wouldn't she?
she would have an amazing, beautiful little girl or boy.
I told her as soon as she
Absolutely.
has a baby, I'm taking it.
And you would too. And you would take
I
such
would.
beautiful care of it. You
I'll
really
say you
would.
can go out. I'll look after it, and I'll give it back to you when it turns 2.
Yeah, she get it back when it's 22.
No, when it's at the age where it starts running around and pulling things down and getting into everything.
And she's gonna
I
have to
hate
take
that
it.
age. You know, the terrible twos.
Oh, yeah, when they want to get into the pots and pans
Yeah, you got to put
and
everything
yeah,
up.
absolutely. Absolutely. You got to make, yeah, you'll
And if
definitely.
you go out, you've got to have them on a dog leash so they don't
Okay.
run away.
And they will. I mean, you go, oh my goodness, you go to put them in the car and they'll take off on you. And
Oh,
and
they're
you get,
just so
you just
cute.
get frantic, right? You get frantic because
Yeah,
it's like, oh my
yeah.
God. And I'm going to tell you, they're quick. They got little legs, but they're so quick.
Oh, they're
I'm
fast.
gonna tell
Yeah.
you, I carry mine like to the car. I will carry them or put them like in the grocery cart, and I take the grocery cart all the way to the car and open the door, and
I
then I
do
make
that
sure
too. Yeah, I
I,
used to do.
I get them straight out, put them straight into the vehicle. I ain't giving them an opportunity to take off because you like you said, they will, man, they will be
Oh,
gone.
do you know what Maddie did to me one day? She was just about 1.5, and she was potty trained. Anyway, I put her into the trolley, and I'm pushing her around Woolies. I got to the checkout. I've got a full load of food ready to um put up on the cash register. She
Right?
decides to poo her pants.
Oh my
Oh, it
goodness.
was everywhere. It was disgusting. That was
Whoa.
oh, it was a horrific moment.
What did you do?
I
What did
don't know.
you
I said to I said to the cashiers, I'm so sorry. I'm lucky it didn't get on any food, but it just how embarrassing.
clean up on register 5?
Yeah, I had to buy a packet of nappies and wet ones and run to the toilet.
You're right.
Then I had
Wow.
to buy her a new outfit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was the cutest little thing you'd ever seen, though.
Oh, I bet she was. She's still beautiful.
She
She's
had
still
she
beautiful.
had shoulder length blonde hair, massive bluey green eyes, and the
Oh,
longest little eyelashes and dimples. She was just like a little Cupid doll.
aw, that
She
is
was
so sweet.
beautiful.
I heard that, girl. I heard that.
I made the most beautiful little girl in the world.
And you know what? Maddie will make a
Apart from
beautiful
Summer.
child too.
Summer
Oh,
was absolutely beautiful, but
she was.
um I
She
think that's
was.
why I love Summer so much because she reminds me so much of Maddie.
You know,
The innocence in her eyes.
I'm going to tell you, Summer she could have been a model. She could have been a model for child's clothing.
I would
She
have
would have
taken that
been
little girl in and fattened her up and made her healthy. And
she would have been amazing. She could, I mean, I, the limit for Summer, I mean, like the sky was the sky was the limit for this child. She had so much potential, you know, and you could tell she was a very quick learner. And she could have became anything she wanted to become in life. She was beautiful. She was full of light and love and kindness and caring. She was, seemed to be super smart. And I think she would have excelled. I mean, she could have been a rocket scientist if she wanted to. There was no limits to
absolutely,
how far she could have went. And it's
yeah,
a sad that she didn't have two parents who, was willing to put in what it took to,
he
allow
didn't
her.
ask to be born into that
No.
family.
And they should have been helping her achieve all of her dreams in life, because that's what
Absolutely.
parents do. That's what parents do,
That
but
was
not
Candace's job
them.
when she gave birth to her.
I'm going to tell you, um, maybe some people don't know what they got until it's gone,
Yeah, I know.
I would hope that Don and Candace realizes, I would hope that they realize that, how evil they were, and all that they destroyed. I wish that they were, had enough brains to understand what they really had in their midst, these children that could have excelled
They
into.
had a beautiful property. They
Yeah,
had beautiful children. Don
yeah.
was a great plasterer. If they didn't
Mhm.
have their rug habit and their alcohol addiction and
Yeah,
their evil ways, they could have made something of that place, and
if they
they
wouldn't
would
have
still have their
if they wouldn't
children
have had
today.
if they wouldn't have had the selfishness, the self-seeking, self-centered, and
Yeah.
selfishness of themselves, and they wouldn't have had, the evil
I have
twisted
seen a side. I
mind.
have seen a side of Don that is. Don has the potential of being of being a decent human if he chose to be.
Don Wells is a real gaslighter. He's a real,
Exactly, I
and
know.
that's what makes me understand
They're
that.
perfect. They're the perfect match.
That's what makes me understand they knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. They knew exactly
That's why
how
she
evil
hasn't
they
been
are.
found.
Oh yeah, absolutely, girl. I mean, they
And
are.
I still believe, even though Fred's innocent, or so he says, and Jodie Sue and Andy, but the whole lot of them have created this um noise around the whole case on purpose.
I don't think Andy's innocent. I think that his hand was selling Candace the stuff. I
Exactly.
feel that I feel
They're
that
not
he
innocent.
I
They
feel
may not
that
have done anything, but they are they
I feel that Andy felt that, if he wasn't selling it to Candace, she would have been getting it somewhere else. And therefore he felt he wasn't really doing nothing wrong. uh, on his behalf, for her, she was the one sedating those kids to do that stuff. Maybe he felt that what he was selling her was, actually a help to the kids, because they were going to do what they were doing anyway. Um, I don't know. I ain't in Andy's head. I don't know exactly what Andy, felt. I just know that,
and
people like Andy.
he's
I
remained really
know,
quiet the last 4 years.
I know how people like Andy think. I mean, I've been around people like him, and they think that if they wasn't giving it to the person, somebody else would be, and it's on the person, not on them. And that's, you know, that makes them be able to sleep at night, right? That's what makes them able to sleep at night. And then you had, you know, and Jody Sue had to have a hand in it, because I heard Candace on the phone with her trying to get her to change the timeline to an hour later about the screen, because it wasn't fitting with Don, you know, with Don's bullshit in the YouTube community. He was sounding stupid, because at the time the screen was, Summer would have still been in the custody of Grandis and Candace. And I told him that. And he, you know, got a hold of Candace, and Candace had a hold of Jody Sue when Don got home, and I could hear Jody Sue and Candace's conversation, and it was about, you know, that's what it was about, her changing this timeline of that screen to an hour later. Jody Sue said no, you know, she wasn't going to do it, and then she wanted to know where, you know, her gift cards and her part of the money and the stuff was, and I that's when I spoke up and told Candace, that's Jody Sue. What does she want? And I know her voice, and Candace is like, yeah, it's her. And I said, what is she asking for fucking money for? And she giving you half of her money? And Candace said, no. I said, then tell her, you know, to go F herself, that you ain't giving her shit, because she's making a ton off of, you know, out here off of Summer's case, and saying that, you know, she's being abused, and these people are taking up donations for her and getting her off the heel and everything else. And why, you know, does she think that, you know, that she's entitled to your money too? But I already knew it was over, you know, I already knew that it was over the screen, because that's the conversation me and Don had been having before he called Candace to tell her to get a hold of Jody Sue to, you know, to move that screen so he wouldn't be looking like such an ass all the time. And she wasn't willing to do it, because law enforcement didn't believe, you know, her bullshit to begin with. They said it's unfounded. And then and I think they knew that she's a lying bitch, and her son along with her. And she was, that's the truth. Um, you know, so, and that's a fact. That's not, you know, that's not, um, maybe, or, you know, whatever. This is a fact. This conversation happened, and that's what it was all about. And, you know, so that allows us to know that Jody Sue knows exactly what happened to Summer and why it happened to Summer. And I don't know if she knows where Summer is, you know, but she knows exactly what went down. She was part of it. She was part of it, trying to cover everybody's ass.
Yeah,
And
she knows.
and you know, and Fred Heel, that's where Candace went at 4:30, is down to his home, and he's lied so many times about what he was doing between, you know, 3:30 and 6:30. He's done nothing but lied, then we got Cotton Simpson that says he had Summer in a box at his house, Summer in a box. You know, how would Cotton know that if Cotton wasn't there and it wasn't really happening? Nobody's going to, I mean, nobody's going to tell, you know, something like
And
that.
remember
I didn't
Fred
see it.
saying, that he saw Summer's dead body as well?
Absolutely.
Am I am
Absolutely.
I am I dreaming that?
No, that wasn't Fred. That was Andy. That was Andy.
I'm sure
Andy
they
said
both
it.
said it.
I didn't ever hear Fred say it. I know Andy did. But I did hear
Anyway,
Fred say it.
they're all a bunch of sick nuts.
Well, you know, Fred says they were hauling cars, they made it. Then they were hauling them, they didn't make it. When people started calling the junkyard, the scrapyard, then he said they didn't make it.
The
And
only
then
thing I can think of is that like that Candace put Summer in one of the vehicles without anyone knowing.
no,
That's been on my mind as well.
no, because Cotton said he saw. Cotton Simpson said and the day he ended up unalived, him and Fred got into it over Summer. They were talking about Summer's, you know, about Summer. And Ziggy, and not Ziggy, but Laura said that she asked Fred about it, and he said, you know, that it was about Summer. And he wasn't going to tell her what they were talking about because he's protecting her. He's protecting her. I mean, if he isn't guilty of something in Summer's case, why in the hell would he be protecting her?
Yeah.
Why would he care? Why would he care? If he told her what was going on or not going on, if he's so innocent. He wasn't innocent. And that's my opinion. And and Fred knows it. They all know. They all know the hand that they had in a 5-year-old, a little innocent 5-year-old
And
child
she was
missing
tiny.
face. They know
She was
exactly.
and she was a tiny 5-year-old. It's not like she was a 5-year-old that was fit and healthy. She was very, very sick.
They chose. They had a choice to
They
get
destroyed
Summer.
her.
They had a choice to get Summer, to save Summer, get her the help she needed and save Summer, or save their asses. And they picked to save their asses up there.
Mm. Anyway, I'm getting down, PG. I love you.
Hey, girl, I love you too. You know
Good
it.
night, everyone. Love you all. Look after that, Bubba. Bye.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, you guys. PG's got to get out of here and go raid the refrigerator, right? Go raid the refrigerator along with everybody else. You guys probably want to raid the refrigerator too. Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready to raid your refrigerator, because I know I'm going to raid mine. And then I'm going to sit back, watch a movie, and fall to sleep, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kick back, watch a movie till my eyes close. Right. That's what I do. But I appreciate everyone being in here tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you for supporting Summer Moon Utah Wells. You guys are amazing. You're amazing. Don't ever let no one tell you you're not, because PG says you are. You tell them PG said I am, and you are. You're kind, you're caring, you're loving. You're a diamond in the rough in this world today. Stay that way. Stay that way. You're blessed. So stay blessed, right? And keep those prayers going up for Summer Moon, Utah Wells. I don't know what's going on right now fully. I don't fully know everything, but I'm going to tell you what, it's got to be something. And let's pray that this something finds Summer, brings her home, gets her a resting place of her own, where she can find peace, love, kindness, and caring from everybody that loves her, including her brothers. And they can find closure along with all of us. Amen. Keep those prayers going up in the name of Jesus. And pray for Michael Bond, Sebastian Rogers, Jack and Lily. Pray for little Emmanuel. Pray for these babies and pray for one another. Family that prays together stays together. God bless you all and much, much love. Good night, everybody.